Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Notch. Hello, I don't know what they were in the middle of. But tonight is going to be Chapter 8 of Season 2 of A Peek Beneath the Veil. We will be hopping in right after an extremely eventful previous episode, if you didn't see it. Some action at the Broken Crown Outpost. We learned some things, new questions to be asked, but still a lot of information, whether to report back to Lieutenant Colonel Massif or Orba or whoever we end up spreading that information to. But, as always, before we dive into the campaign, we have a few housekeeping things to take care of. Where should we start?
Point.
So annoying.
All right.
Me.
I'm considering retiring the bit, which is why I was rolling my eyes. Okay, so if you're on Twitch right now on Sunday night on a desktop computer, watching on a browser, God, I hate this speech. We're going to end it soon. There's going to be a little Q icon. If you hover over our stream with your cursor, it's going to have quests all on the immediate horizons just to provide some context for this episode specifically. So if you're new, that's an excellent tool for you. Please feel free to explore it. Point like your hearts have never pointed before, because this might be the last time I do this bit.
What if I go?
Okay, that's done. I'm done. Oh my god. Retired. Bit
We killed
retired.
Anthony.
Constricted too much.
It's tough.
Constricted.
All right, bit's gone.
Bit's
What's next?
It's dead.
What else can we
Retire.
retire? Our social media, retire.
This is it. This is the last time social media is ever happening. Podcast is dead.
Be gone.
We're canceling our YouTube. If you missed this episode, you can catch us in podcast form. The episodes are posted every Tuesday morning. We're on Apple. We're on Google. We're on Amazon. We're on the other ones. Spotify is another important one that we're on. We're on all of them. They're uploaded every Tuesday morning. If you're more of a visual person, we re-air every episode at Fridays at 5 p.m. on our YouTube. We're in the chat. We answer questions if there are questions. Sometimes we just relive the moment. Sometimes people haven't seen it and get to watch in real time in a sort of livey way with the cast. A lot of you... Livey.
Live adjacent.
It's live adjacent. We are also on social media. That's probably how you found us. We are at Tabletop Notch. We're on Twitter. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We are actually on Facebook. That's a real thing. That's not a joke. We're also on Facebook.
It's a real.
I haven't checked it in months, but it exists.
Facebook's not a joke.
It gets more confusing every time I go on it. I'm not gonna lie.
We have a Facebook? That wasn't
Yeah,
a joke.
no, we have an actual... We
We
do have a
do.
Facebook. We do. I think we're followed by 6 people. So, like...
Oh.
Got a few.
And
got
one
a
of
few
them's
thumbs
not
up.
me.
Yeah. Guess not.
Excellent.
Not just as importantly, maybe a little more so, we're also on Discord. You can find our link, I believe, in the chat right now to join us over there. And the great thing about there is whether you found us on YouTube or Instagram, there's people that are at all levels of watching our show, of taking in whether they're early season, mid-season 1, whether they're caught up. There's people talking about all the stuff that we've been doing for
people are
3
very
years
good
now.
about being relatively spoiler conscious
Yes.
about
Exactly, yeah. And on that note, Winters has joined the group of boosters that have kept us at level 3, which means we now have an animated banner that Jordan did recently to go with Poco Doco has updated their animated icon, so it all looks really cool. So thank you all for that.
A lot of movement.
Yeah. So
It's
join us
animated
over
these
there
days.
and talk between Sundays.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I just saw our resident silly generous crazy Locha did the command merch in the chat because we got merchandise.
that's right.
It's
We'll do a quick
yep.
merch.
Go check it
I think
out.
I have a couple of
It's
them.
super good.
Sticker.
Sticker. Go check it out.
Not the Wheel Snipe Sally sticker. That's not us.
That'd be great though. Can we get a crossover episode with us and Letterkenny? Just gonna throw it out there.
Oh.
If anybody knows.
Jared.
Yeah. All right. Great. So let's move on to who has subscribed and who has not. Just kidding. I won't.
You're also going to list everyone who hasn't?
Oh my god. You haven't subscribed.
And DM all of
We're
you
watching
right
you.
now. Sevastopol 426 subscribed. T-Step subscribed. Chimmy, oh, yours always gets me, man. Chimic Pro Cerise subscribed for 4 months. Hayes District subscribed. FNF subscribed for 19 months. Thank you so much. Hype Train hit. Happy Panda 79 gave out a sub. Tangerine Stream did 10 bits. Johnny Gadfly gave out 5 community subs. Snapping Cobra did 100 bits. Snapping Cobra gave out 5 community subs. Snapping Cobra gave out another 100 bits. Stung gave out 5 community subs. Snapping Cobra did 100 bits. Evolving Thread did 1 community sub. Stung did 300 bits. JC with numbers did 300. Boney Jabroni did 100. Inside Ally resubscribed for 2 months. Crazy Locha did 5 community subs. Baron Bean Enemies gave out a community sub. Stop it. Crazy Locha gifted a month sub. Snapping Cobra did 100 bits. Jack Rabbit Power did 1,000 bits. GF Powers did 100 bits. And Crazy Locha coming in hot with the 1,000 bits.
Woo!
Guys, I'm getting so good at this.
Oh
Did you
no!
hurt yourself doing the Vince McMahon?
No, I just tapped my head and scared myself. It's fine. No, I tapped it. It's fine. Just scared me.
Thank you, guys.
Scared you.
It's not real trees. They're fake trees.
Oh gosh.
Immensely grateful. As
Thank
always.
you.
No shame for the non-subs. My buddy Colin from back home. My buddy Graham from back home. My buddy James from back home.
Jared Kiso. I don't think he's
Jared
subscribed.
Kiso, as far as
Where
I
are
know,
you
hasn't
at,
subbed.
Jared
Where are
Kiso?
you?
Ryan Gosling, also from back home, hasn't subbed.
Where
He
are
did
you?
sub at first.
He
but
at
hasn't
first
been a
he
while.
hasn't in
Yeah.
a long time.
It's been a while.
All right. Anything else, anybody, before we throw it over to the intro and then come back and dive in?
Oh, there you go.
2 more people did 100 bits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Was it any of my friends from back home?
Yeah, was it Colin?
Named and shamed.
It certainly
Named and
wasn't.
shamed. All right, everybody. We're going to go through the intro, and when we come back, we will do the recap of Chapter 8,
Baby. Oh,
Season 2.
baby.
Beneath the Veil. Welcome back, everyone. Quick clarification, I did say it was a recap of Chapter 8, when it is, in fact, a recap of Chapter 7. So, in Season 2, Chapter 7, Follow the Blackmail Trail, we tiptoed up to the 3rd floor of the Broken Crown Outpost, where the holding cells contained the 4 remaining prisoners, troubled all the while that what little sound we'd made had alerted the main contingency of bandits on the lower levels. The captives had been stripped of their belongings, but were otherwise in good health, all of them eager to escape if only we could locate the key to the cell doors. Feeling the pressure to act quickly before being discovered, we handed off one of the bracers with an inlaid arcane focus to one of the prisoners, so they could defend themselves if the time came, and quietly returned as a group to the living quarters below. Some snippets of conversation overheard by the staircase led us to believe we hadn't yet been compromised, but a shift change was sure to bring on the inevitable. We bought ourselves some time to get into position by moving any bodies out of sight and giving Orba a disguise. And though it wasn't a flawless execution that we'd hoped for, it once again gave us the upper hand to thin the bandits' numbers before they could call out for help. When the fighting broke out in earnest, we held our position in the hallway and let the battle come to us. Our enemies were skilled combatants, but their expertise was physical more so than magical, which opened up the perfect opportunity for Orba to debut her use of the slow spell, limiting their attacks and making them easy targets for her companions. As we finished off the last remaining aggressor, screams and grunts of pain echoed down from the floor above, and when we returned to the holding area, we found all but one of the captives lying dead in their cells. We were right all along that there was a mole among the soldiers here at the outpost, but in our haste we'd failed to consider that the ones behind bars could be them, and with frustration bubbling, we bashed in his head without further question.
Yeah.
From the lower levels came clinking at an increased pace, most likely more bandits, working as fast as they could to get what they'd come for, which at this point still remained a mystery to us. We ambushed the records room, and this time they were ready for us, but with superior numbers and momentum on our side, we overwhelmed what was left of their crew, killing all but one that we kept unconscious and bound. In the aftermath, Graven and Erland double-checked that the outpost was clear, while Safira examined a large mirror on the wall, not out of mere curiosity, but because the young Broken Crown soldier Jack had said something about it that seemed noteworthy for his death. The boy was convinced that there was a problem with the reflection, and sure enough, some of the portraits hanging on the opposite wall were heavily distorted when looking through the mirror. The jumbled images and the painting's titles were arranged in a way that required some teamwork to decipher, and in the end, we were left with two decoded phrases: "Never forget," and "I am broken." The length of these phrases corresponded perfectly to a set of dials on a hidden door in the records room, a door that, judging by the unfinished tunnel dug directly beside it, undoubtedly stood in the way of whatever the bandits had come to steal. With the last dial set into place, the hatch opened, and we peered down a long hallway into a room with 3 glass cases, each containing what looked to be very sensitive information about individuals of influence, especially ones that were prominent players in the War of Giants some 30-plus years ago. Noting some grooves in the pedestals these cases rested upon, we correctly anticipated that reaching for one document would drop the others through to the floor. But using Orba's mage hand, we were able to secure a second item, and as we collected our spoils, we called that a win. Safira was pleased that she'd have something solid to report back to Lieutenant Colonel Massive, and because we still had a long journey ahead of us, before we'd be able to speak in person, we floated the idea of using the sending spell to let him know what we'd found. Ultimately, our infiltration, while fraught with violence, had put us on a path to understanding what the Stitchers might be up to. And as we crossed another major objective off of our road to the Ropra's quest log, we asked ourselves, would our hog-tied prisoner have any useful information for us? Or would he be just as evasive as his comrades that were willing to die for the cause? Even though he wasn't aware of the secret room, would Massif know why the Broken Crown had held on to these incriminating objects? And what sad new recruits would be tasked with mopping up the gory mess that we were leaving behind on all 4 floors of the outpost? We find out now on Season 2, Chapter 8 of A Peek Beneath the Veil.
To be fair, we didn't kill anyone on the first floor.
What?
Yeah, someone kind of at the base of the stairs when you were
There's
in
still
the
a
stairs.
cleanup
Somebody
job.
outside. I mean, I guess we dragged him into the woods.
Oh, that's a bloody trail.
What's the question?
Safira's quiet ascension from the records room to the main floor and then out to the front door is like rewinding the events of the outpost from the past hour, the past day, the past week. The carnage of the confrontation giving way to dusty piles of rubble, so much effort put into the acquisition of these materials as unsuspecting soldiers were caught up in the turmoil. When you get outside, the sun hasn't even yet reached its apex. Lots of day left after what feels like an impossibly long morning. This portion of the forest a little ways off of the main road is rife with medium-sized trees once you get beyond the little clearing where the outpost lies, affording you some privacy as you start to poke around, which is somewhat of a relief given that there are more than a few soldiers and bandits lying dead, both inside and out. Before doing anything else, you stop to breathe in the fresh air, and you look down at your hands, the blood of another smeared along the creases of your fingers and on the blades of your palms after pulling tight the ropes that are currently binding the last survivor tied up in the basement. One bird's repetitive whistling call kind of cuts through the silence, drawing you back from a wandering mind. You look to your surroundings. So you had come up after sort of being in the records room there.
For a friend.
You were looking for. You were
Small friend.
standing here, kind of at the threshold of the door.
I'm gonna take a second to kind of look up at the bird and. Not you, I don't think. And then I'm gonna get down to the ground.
Okay.
And I want to look for any small, I guess a rodent, something that I guess could carry something, but it's not that heavy, right? What?
It was just papers
It's just
that fell
paper,
through.
so
yeah.
it shouldn't be. Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh God! Oh no! No! 21. Aha.
Good start.
You take a quick poke around, and you feel like you see two things that, without sort of getting close to them too quickly and risking scaring them off, you see a mouse that's sort of circling the exterior of the dwelling right now. It's like sort of running along the foundation of the outpost and looks like it's like about to turn the corner. And you see also out of the corner of your eyes something else, maybe something that looks like a salamander that's sort of on the trunk of a tree that's sort of like
slimy
stuck
boy.
there on the side. Yeah, so you see both of those small creatures just quickly giving a glance around.
Okay. Kind of looking between the salamander and the mouse.
Tie them together.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the salamander.
That's
Together. I'm gonna look at the salamander.
mouse
They can repel.
They can repel like foot to foot. Like
I'll untie you if you succeed.
That's a crime against nature. I will not be doing that.
Oh, brother.
Oh gosh.
bow.
Okay, I still have
Isn't that like
spell
if you
slots
tie
left to do
two cats
this.
together, they just spin because they always land on their feet.
Yep.
Little cat wheel. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. You just take a moment.
Oh my gosh.
Here we
And I guess, I should have asked this before I fucking did this. This is stupid. A salamander's smart enough to have a chat?
I mean, as smart as
Yes.
very big. The spell allows you to communicate basic
Okay.
instructions to, or basic
Yeah.
attempts of communication to an animal, almost regardless of intelligence.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of get down on his level and try to make myself as non-intimidating as possible.
It's almost it's not that far down. It's almost at like chest height.
Oh, okay.
He's like on the side of a trunk of a tree there, just at the edge. sort of.
Hiya, friend. Hi. I would love to get you something to eat, but I have a really great hole you could go down first. If you could bring me a piece of paper from that hole, I can give you as much food as you like. Nothing?
The hall.
Right. I can take you to the hole, or I can walk and you can follow me.
He sort of removes one little hand.
You seem like
Oh my god.
It seems like he doesn't like that.
Skin,
Yeah,
yes.
that it's your hand is a little threatening.
moment. Can I look for a rock and like?
Yeah,
that
there's
I-
rock sticks. You're in the
I'm gonna
woods.
pick up a rock and present it to him as a chair.
It's a means of
Thanks,
compliance.
He gets it. He's on the rock
Oh
there.
my god.
Okay, I'm gonna like grinning like a kid. I'm gonna walk in with the little guy.
All right, you start to walk
Take
in
him to the
as
hole.
this is all happening simultaneously. Within the hollow, echoing sort of message-laden stone still rattling around in your brain, sort of thinking about that message that you just heard after the two pieces were put together. You slowly go through that metal tunnel. The tunnel's not metal, but it's sort of inlaid with metal to keep anyone from tunneling in. And you get back into the records room and you approach the unconscious man. He's sort of in the southwestern corner of the room. It's hard to tell whether more of his body is covered in dirt or blood after transitioning directly from digging to fighting and kind of standing his ground. He's filthy and scraped, blood. Can't tell if it's his blood, it could be other people's blood. He's absolutely filthy. He's human with kind of muscular legs. He has a thick mat of chest hair. But like most of the other bandits, he lacks any identifying marks or features. Safira already looked him down, but you see now he doesn't have any tattoos or scars or anything that seems to indicate something. And at this point, it's a commonality that seems almost intentional. for if your hunch is correct that this is some kind of collaboration between the Gentle Void and the Broken Crown, there are many within those organizations that would be staunchly, even violently opposed to such an alliance. So marking yourself with something that says, I'm betraying, my group or whatever, might be a dangerous proposition for someone like that. So you see him there on the ground.
Is the idea that we try to talk to this one.
What if... It seems like he's out cold, right?
Yeah,
He's not.
He's currently...
It seems as if these stitches, if that's what they are, would rather kill themselves than divulge information. So perhaps, when he wakes up, if only one of us was present and could say that he was found and ask what happens and say that we too are a Stitcher.
We do not have time to wait for him to wake up.
Also, he got a good look at all of us.
Can I kind of hunch down over him and just give him a few slaps on the face? See if
Sure.
Right.
I don't think he's going to...
Dirt cakes off of his face.
I don't think there's any likelihood that he's going to start speaking. I think if Orba were to cast some sort of make herself look differently, then she could question him. Secretly, we know some names. We know Clement, we know Grolvig, we know that Zamir was the leader. We have bits and pieces of information.
Again, she cannot speak as them.
Well, no, but there are Stitchers all across the continent, we assume.
I would just identify myself as...
She could make up a name. She could say, what happened here? Did we get the name of the guy who was riding away?
No.
Oh, the letter. The letter was addressed from someone.
Yeah, but we don't know if that was...
No, who was that person's from, though? You can say that I received the letter from...
Oh, I see what you mean.
Caden. Or Caden, is that the name?
Yeah, Caden was it.
I received the letter from Caden and found you unconscious.
But nobody... The letter didn't instruct somebody to come to the outpost, right?
And we cannot wait here for him to wake up. We need to... If you want to speak to him, we throw him on the back of a horse, and we wait for him to wake up as we ride.
Would Riothrud get someone up?
Temper HP does not.
Oh, it's
wake
temper.
someone.
I have
Cannot-
a healing kit.
That would
That would
stabilize.
stabilize.
I could
But he doesn't.
stabilize
He doesn't.
it.
He's
He's already
stabilizing now.
Yeah.
It would
Yes,
have to
he's
be
stable.
It would have to be healing potion,
Right,
or
I'm not spending energy to get this person conscious.
is it possible to get him conscious? Spending 10 minutes worth of if you wait 10 minutes?
This one?
I don't.
Orba laughs a little.
I don't. If we let you do your meditation
No.
No.
thing.
If you just
No.
do your thing, but like super slow and like only kind of a little, yeah, like that.
No. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Not healing. It's too powerful.
Look, I'm sorry it doesn't come up that any of my abilities are able to.
What about that skirt of yours?
It's a girdle and it's empty. I think.
Could you help someone out with it?
Yes, but that would require a long rest, which is that would require a longer rest.
So,
If we're
We're not-
desperate to speak with him, he goes on the back of a horse with a blanket over him until he stirs.
And then perhaps when he stirs, Orba can disguise herself and say, "I found you and was transporting you secretly." I just don't think we're going to get anything out of them through intimidation. They've all killed themselves.
As this conversation's happening, you hear some footsteps up above, a little slower this time, not like quickly moving down the stairs. And you start to see Safira's boots appear on the edge of the door frame there. She's sort of balancing a rock in her hands as she gets to the bottom.
Everybody quiet. I don't want to frighten my friend. And I'm going to kind of place the rock down by the hole.
Okay, so you go into the records room.
past us, yeah.
Yep, past everybody. One look at the guy tied up in the corner.
Look, I'm trying not to freak him out.
Yeah. Metal footsteps on the inlaid metal. You get into the room there that has the broken metal cases or the broken glass cases.
Safira just
Okay.
walked past us going like...
That sounds
a lot like a
That's-
mole.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's a small rodent. They make no noise.
All right. So, what can I get you to eat for when you're back up?
Where's the hole?
The hole is right here. I can put a light down
There's
there.
food in the hole.
There's not food in the hole. There will be food when you come up from the hole if you have a paper with you. There's a paper down there.
He looks like he's waiting.
There's a lot of steps. Okay. If you can crawl down to the hole, seems like you're a good climber. Can you see okay?
He gets off of the rock, and he gets now onto the pedestal, and he kind of gets up to the edge of the hole.
Are you fucking serious?
Does it seem scary?
There's no end to the hole.
Oh, can you see all the way down? Is it?
No, there's no end to it.
Oh, okay.
Did we hear a clink when we dropped the thing? Did we hear it land on something?
You heard the papers like fall through. Like you didn't hear like a definitive something.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
why
end
I
of
just
it.
wanted to know if we
Same
heard
with
something
when I
at the
dropped my
end.
pebble that was lit. We didn't really hear anything.
It certainly, if it did land on something, it got far enough that it's so quiet that you couldn't even tell what it hit there at the bottom. But it did.
I'm gonna kind of.
I think this might be a magical. Oh, I guess. Can I?
Unless you
You can leave him there at the
Yeah,
edge.
Yeah, can I like go over and?
It's like 20 feet.
I think it might be a magical hole. He climbed in and peered down and said it never ends.
We would have seen. It's perhaps how far can a. What was that?
It was a salamander.
How far can a salamander see? I think you have to.
Into darkness, probably not very
I
far.
think you have to motivate him with some food at the bottom of the hole.
What does he eat? Should I get little bugs or something? Can you get me some little bugs?
Rations? I want some rations.
Well, I can try rations.
Give him a ration, see if he likes it. If he does, toss one down.
Okay, so I'm gonna like see if he is interested. Can I walk back over and see if he's
Yeah, what
interested?
do you
in
get from
I don't
your-
think I mean, the rations I had was like dried meats.
Yeah,
and
dried meats
stuff.
and nuts and things.
Are there any bugs around if we look around in the sort of digged area?
Give me an investigation check.
Come on.
Squatting over this naked dude.
7.
Not down here, no.
Can
I
I-
mean, maybe if you went back outside.
Yeah, I'll.
Oh,
Can you go outside? I'll talk to him.
sure. All right. Erland's gonna
I've got 10
run
minutes.
upstairs.
We're chatting, so
and go to like the edge of the forest where perhaps.
Give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna go back to him and then. Well, actually, before I do,
Graven, can I maybe get another pebble?
Should still be a lit one down there.
I know, but you can't see that one. So I'm thinking maybe if we light up a stick or something, or, something that's a bit longer, he can see down further. I mean, it's a long shot.
Do you have-
I mean, I know.
Find me something that fits.
Okay, stick. I'm looking for a long stick.
Something.
Is
Heavy
there like a
enough.
broom around here that I could stick down there?
Yes, there was brooms in that. You guys
Oh,
went
yeah.
through that sort of storage room area that had weapons. I think there was some brooms
Okay,
in there as
great.
well.
I want to try to find a broom, like the longest broom I can find. A broom for a giant.
For like
It's
getting
about 5 feet long.
Great. And then I want to.
Break off
The broom
the
part.
broom part.
Yes. Now you have a sort of splintered wooden rod there.
Dios.
Sick.
Walk.
Cheers, Mike. Thanks.
And the salamander like backs up as you drop it down, and the light kind of like they're going through a tunnel. You see that like ring of light kind of all the way down, goes down, disappears at some point. The light
So wait,
disappears.
we can't see any of the light even
You
from
watch
the stick?
it go down like a ways, like I don't know, 50, 75 feet, and then it just gets dim, and then
Can I be honest with you? I don't know.
Yes.
He's quite cute, isn't he? I don't know if this is fair. Do you think he's actually got any shot of getting the papers? Or is this a magical hole where there's no end?
I'm kind of peering
Look
down.
down at him like.
I mean, he's he's like waiting for further instruction. He's he's like,
And I'm gonna crouch down to him. Did you see anything that time? Could you see the end of the hole?
Hole's too big.
Hole's too big. He
Would
says the
you
hole's-
want to go down that hole?
To be fair, no, probably not. He says the hole's too big.
Like
pretty
to
deep.
Go back to my tree, please.
Would you like a ride?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna pick him up and kind of. Sorry, it was worth a shot. I hope it was. I had to try. I'm gonna walking out, sort of slowly with him.
I mean, what you sort of might have learned by looking, you didn't see anything that indicated a magical hole. Like, it didn't seem like anything consumed the object, but that it's one of two things that either went maybe so. It's less likely that it went so deep that the light truly started to, get so far away that it's too dim, and more that the hole at some point might not be perfectly straight down, like it starts to angle or something because
Right.
you lost sight of the light. So at some point maybe it dumps it off into another angle or something.
Okay.
Roll a 12 on my investigation check for bugs outside.
As you're picking around, you pick up a nice little worm, and just at that moment you look over to the door and Safira is with the rock there.
He should get a treat.
Why don't we throw the worm down the hole?
Because it's so deep that you can't even see the end of it. We dropped a broom.
It's a
5-foot broom.
salamander. He can climb edges.
No, it's not about that, mate. I don't think he's going to be able to retrieve it today. I mean, I don't know how long it would even take him to get all the way back up there. I'm thinking that this might be a waste of our time. But that's nice. Thank you.
As everyone's holding the worm, you see him kind of...
He's hungry. Do you mind? He wants a treat. Come on, he's cute.
I'm going to give the worm to Safira
Okay.
and walk back inside.
Here you go, mate. Thank you. It's been nice meeting you.
starts to chew on the worm.
Great. I'm gonna leave him there
You
and
do so.
walk back inside.
I'm gonna pick up the guy
Okay.
and start walking up the stairs.
Yeah, as
Gra-
you're coming back,
Graven.
you can...
What?
I was gonna take her robe off and kind of throw it over him.
Sure.
His, limbs are still kind of hanging out. But sure, you cover it.
I'll cover the important
Not
parts.
all of his limbs.
How far away are our horses again? They're back over the bridge.
Yeah,
Did you leave him on the first side of the bridge?
yeah, on the other side.
Alright. Keep out of sight.
So Graven and Orba emerge from downstairs, so now he's carrying the...
Should I collect the horses from across the bridge so we're not carrying an unconscious body?
Might help.
That will definitely help. Yeah.
Erland will sort of go into a light jog
Okay.
back
Do you
towards.
want help or?
I'm already jogging away.
Okay.
Is there anything else in this house that you want to look into in more detail?
I mean, to
We
be
got
honest,
when we went and looked in the it was a portable ram, and I have that.
oh,
We have that
Ah,
now.
right,
If you
okay.
want to attach it to one of your horses.
sure.
Because you've still got the tusk attached. to
Yeah,
it,
we
too.
do.
That's a lot to attach to.
Yeah.
You're about the
God.
ram.
Come on, boy.
Perfect nuke.
Right. If somebody wants to carry
I don't think there's anything else. I mean, if they had anything on them, then I would maybe search the place more thoroughly, but it doesn't seem like they do.
Very
I think the
specifically
most
not.
interesting thing here was, what they were here for, which is what we managed to get, so...
And while their bags were empty, they were looking to take things away from here, not bring them.
Right. Frankly, I'm well chuffed. I didn't think we'd get two of those things. Wasn't sure we'd get into the room.
So speaking of the things, what are we doing with them now?
Ugh.
I mean,
Like,
Who
these are-
has those, by the way? Make sure.
I have the
who's in
egg.
possession.
And I have the birth certificate.
I think the first thing is to make copies.
Okay.
Just for us, because there's a possibility that we lose the original document. Obviously, we're going to try not to. And I think there's a possibility we should try to put it in some kind of a safe or give it to someone.
I was going to say, rather than have more of the thing that we don't want to be found with, that we find a way to obscure the ones that we do have.
Well, I think we should maybe do both. And the reason I say that is because this is... I mean, it's right useful blackmail. Can't lie about that. I mean, it's really...
Do you think that the Broken Crown is using it as blackmail currently?
I mean, I don't know. I imagine they obviously knew that it was of some importance. They kept it in a glass in a safe underground that was, well fortified. So I imagine they knew exactly what they had.
Of course, but why... If you were to come across this material and you wish to protect the person that it involved, why wouldn't you destroy it? Why would you keep it and lock it up somewhere where you could get back to it?
You don't want to have to use these things, but if you do, they're there. Also,
So, not currently blackmailing, but keeping it as an option.
right, and some of these things are dealings that are decades old. Maybe there's probably a generation of Broken Crown people that don't even know what any of this is in reference to. This could have been captured and put aside by people many, many years ago, and most of, I want to make assumptions, but a lot of the Broken Crown wouldn't even know what that meant if they saw it or heard it.
It's probably true.
So,
Doesn't make it less, valuable,
no,
but
it doesn't. But as I say, we need. How big is the birth certificate when we saw it? It's
Like
Not much
bigger
bigger
than
than
that,
that, but-
like slightly smaller than a regular piece of paper.
Okay.
So it's not large.
some way of obscuring.
Are you going to
Hiding.
tell Massive about this or keep it a secret?
I think I should tell him about this.
Okay.
It feels like it's pertinent information. Obviously, I badly want to think that Massive's on the right side of everything, but I don't know exactly how much information to get. I want to give him all the information I get, but
Okay.
I've obviously lost some confidence in authority in the last little while, so
Before we rest for the night, whenever that may be, if I still have the energies, I could possibly send a message to him. Short message.
right. I think the message at the very least has to be that we checked it out and we, got into the room that they were trying to get into. We can let him know that was, he knew there was a records room. He didn't, I don't think, know that, I don't think he knew that there was like that.
He certainly did
Underground.
not
I think he said
specify
that
that there was
last
that
episode. He
little
didn't specify.
offshoot room. Yeah, he knew the record
Yeah.
room was there. But
I mean, I think, the biggest thing for him to know is that the assets that he was fearful of the Void possibly obtaining are now
Right.
in our possession.
I should, I guess I don't think there's anything wrong with telling him that there were 3 assets that they had kept down there, and we were able to obtain 2 of them. And we can send that level of, amount of stuff in a message, right?
We can write out a draft or something.
Okay.
Be
Okay.
very succinct, but yeah.
I haven't done this in a while.
Massive. Wait, no,
No.
Massive.
God.
Colonel Massive.
Damn it!
Sir, thank you. I haven't done it in a while. It could use a draft, yes.
No, but I think we should tell him, because
Okay.
the Stitchers certainly wanted it quite badly. They weren't very adept at getting it, but they wanted it.
Okay.
Couldn't have possibly sent, I don't know,
Is there anything
best
else
magic users.
that we need to do about
Cleaning up.
all of this?
I mean,
Supposedly, Warber and a few people are headed this way. Maybe not soon, but
What are
do you
we
want
going
to?
to...
Do you want to leave a note?
Well, I wouldn't mind collecting the bounty, but we've left notes before, and everybody just assumes that we're the bad guys when we do it.
An anonymous note.
But I want
that's
the
even
money.
worse.
I want the gold.
Then we're definitely the baddies.
Well, a trophy then that we can show later,
Trophy?
Like a head?
like a head or an ear or something.
Fuck's sake.
Oh.
I don't know. You want the gold?
Yeah.
Prove your
Is there
deeds.
anything else we could take? I suppose we already have a guy.
A what?
We have a guy. We've got the guy. And you're
Not
holding
staying
him,
with
aren't
us.
you?
He's not staying with us forever.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but his head could be.
Oh, on that note, if we do kill him, I want the killing blow. I could gain some.
Oh, your thing.
Yes,
What's his name?
you heard it. It's Volrog.
It's a cool name. Volrog. Like it.
Hasn't worked for me yet. Anyway, we
Stationary target.
should get.
Good practice.
If we're not doing anything more, yes. If we're not doing anything more here, I say as soon as he gets back with the horses, we start heading north again.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know how you're feeling, but I know we don't have time.
We do not have time.
Okay.
And if we are resting, we're not doing it here. We're going to.
I might
go
need
at least
to,
a bit north to take a.
Might need a healing potion, but
Okay.
might not. I mean, we're about to. Where did we say we were meeting your skeleton
Oh,
guy?
sorry.
That's coming right up, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
today,
The fuck's sake.
and I'm...
Definitely gonna need a healing potion then. I don't know how you're feeling.
It's gonna be tricky.
Can we be late? I know we're already running a bit late, but I mean, look, this does feel like it might be a life at stake kind of thing. No, am I
Also
wrong?
feels like if we stall, he will send more of what we have dealt with before the mists.
That's a really good
It's
point.
not like we're going to be able to sit around all day.
Well, in that case, I think we should be absolutely shoving Riot Root in our faces and trying to I mean, come on, that was a nightmare.
We get a little north of this place. Maybe we take an hour
Don't like that
rest,
mist stuff.
and then we
Okay.
keep on.
Orba's gonna quickly go up to the top floor,
Okay.
and she's gonna keep her eyes cast down mostly because she's just gonna detach from it. But she's gonna get out a piece of parchment and her ink and quill and just write like traitor in big letters.
Okay.
And she's gonna toss that paper into
Oh.
the cell of the guy that
Good
was
call.
the traitor.
Yeah, sure.
And put the brace there too, like to show that he
The
had
brace.
the
bracer,
whether-
yes.
oh, bracer. Sorry.
The with the focus in, like.
Yeah. So
one
she's.
letter.
I know. I was so close. I was so close. So she's gonna put those things in that cell and then
Sure.
just turn her head and go.
All right. As that's happening, Erland returns to the road at the same kind of juncture that was just beyond the Free Run River Bridge. You kind of look north at first in the direction that you might be headed, but you also note that the crossing looks very different in the daytime. The sun's kind of streaming through the windows. Much of the painted graffiti is done in various colors that at night only appeared as shades of gray, so that now it kind of gives the tunnel a swirling, prismatic appearance, like a profanity-laden kaleidoscope.
Oh, I like that.
The trail to the north, the yet to be traveled, is a very winding one. The hills that kind of make up the top shelf are mostly small, but they're abundant, and you can tell that most of the time you're going to be sort of slightly moving uphill or slightly downhill. There's a lot of kind of winding and up and down, as opposed to the path through the quarter was pretty flat for the most part, even though it was moving through the forest. So you head back through the tunnel, across the Free Run Bridge, the little bridge. You get back to the horses, you gather them. Is there anything during this time you wish to do?
Do I, now that it's brighter, do I notice any names or anything?
Give me a perception check. Or investigation check as you're looking.
Don't tell Graven.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
19.
19.
Nice.
You see a couple of the things. Nothing, I mean, you don't know this, but nothing that was not seen. You do see the GGGP 216
Hilarious.
denotion. You sort of laser focus.
Nice.
You notice that
Hilarious.
immediately. There's that elfish phrase that Orba saw that she wasn't able to tell what it meant, where it said broken crown, oish hom norik. And it says broken crown can eat shit.
Hey.
You see some of those symbols that we're seeing. The symbol of Bufmir, the three-eyed symbol of Bufmir, anchor and scimitar symbol of the Wamparani Non-Militia Reserve. You see that phrase, give more than you can take from those who refuse to give. So you do spot a number of these things. I mean, you see a ton of names that mean nothing to you, but you spot a couple of those things that are familiar to you in some way.
No, I'm gonna collect the horses and kind of lead them.
Okay.
Do I see anyone coming from the south?
So far, no. It's pretty. It's like it's not, I guess, early morning, but you don't see anyone that's sort of out on the trail as of yet.
If I take a second and look sort of to the river as I'm coming back with the horses, do I see? If I sort of close my eyes for a second and then open them again, do I see anyone like Barry or Cypress?
Take a moment to kind of
Oh no!
almost like willing it into existence just by the edge of the river before you get to the bridge. Quickly open your eyes and you kind of look. There's a few like fronds sort of stretching over the side of the river, some tall grasses. And for a moment, one of them kind of bristles and you look over to it and it just kind of grabs. Sort of hyper aware of every bit of motion.
Just lead the horses over.
So you reconnect with them, like just off the path, a little ways into the woods. You guys had started to make your way after Orba visited the top. Great. So you reconnect just off the road, part of the way through.
I'd like to go and collect the dagger, the darts that I.
Okay, we can say you headed back up and
Which I believe was 15 darts.
If I've got the guy on me, grab the ram when you're in there too. I left it downstairs.
Okay, I'll grab the darts. So 15.
I'm also gonna.
You're going back to the.
I'm just going back in to grab that stuff.
give me an investigation check on the darts.
Oh, no.
Some of them might have been because the cells
They're not like
they're not
that.
used, but
Yeah.
the cells are still closed. You might not be able to reach them.
Investigation
Yeah.
dirty 20.
Dirty
Nice.
20. You were able to recover all of them.
Dang.
The ones that you aren't able to just grab, like, are on their person, so you grab like them and pull them closer to the bars and pull them out.
Yeah, I wanna. Can I come up with him? And just as he's doing that, I'm just gonna close their eyes.
As I'm trying.
Yeah.
Pulls them close enough to the bars.
He's
to-
being disrespectful, but I'm respecting you. No.
And I get the portable ram, which I'll put on my horse.
Do you close the eyes of the traitor?
No.
Okay.
No, fuck that guy.
Oh, fuck that guy. I think I'm also gonna, unless you
Yeah,
object,
fuck this guy.
I think Orba's gonna close the door to the hallway with the blackmail build to it.
Sure. That has the dials
Like
on it.
relock it. I don't know. That Orba has her hands on the door. Keep it open.
I
Shut it.
suppose the mystery of it is better than people knowing that somebody has. Yeah, close it.
Okay.
And as you close it, there's a little bit of a click, but the dials are still in the correct place. So you just randomize
Big
them.
spin.
Each of the dials, great.
Okay.
Oh, spell out something funny.
You are dumb. You suck.
No, Poosby.
Boobsby?
He's poo.
Oh, please.
I thought you said Goozney.
No, my God.
Praise,
No,
praise,
much
praise,
better.
praise Goozney.
Oh, she's gonna actually make one of the first
It's 12 and then 11.
the first 7 dials spell out Safira,
Okay.
and then everything else is gibberish.
Okay.
Just in case Warber's here, he sees your name.
I did it. I did it. You can get in there, but I did it.
You're A plus.
Yeah.
So pretty.
It was. You guys suck.
IRA space was
Here.
Yeah, that's
Now
what I'll
you
do.
can't get
Okay.
in, you little bitch.
You did.
Yep.
Big hole still in the wall, but obviously not leading to anywhere at the moment.
that opens too.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
You guys finish your business in and around the Broken Crown Outpost. You return to your horses. So the ram, who's strapping
It's
that
on the
to
back
their
of my horse,
Great,
yeah.
you're strapping it to your horse.
And between the tusk and the guy, I should
Someone should take the guy or the tusk.
I'll take it.
Safira?
Yep.
Throw him over the back.
And I'm gonna give him a big slap as he gets on.
The guy should be with Orba, so that if he wakes up, Orba can.
He's blindfolded
What?
and covered.
No,
When he
he's not
wakes up,
seeing
we'll
anything.
deal with it later.
He's gagged and stuff. He
But
can't
then
see
how
anything.
will you explain that there's other people with? I guess he might hear us speaking.
I mean, look, he's gonna be a prisoner. He's gonna know that someone took him from where he's supposed to be. He is gonna wake up, gagged and bound.
Yeah, because
So he's gonna be bit.
if we're doing the thing where,
Displeased.
oh, I'm one of the Stitchers too, we're gonna have to unbind him and ungag him.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Why would an ally hog tie and leave you naked, sitting on a horse?
Oh, because. Quite easy, quite simple. It's that
Yeah,
you.
go ahead and explain
Yeah,
it.
please.
No,
Erland.
it's your-
Can't wait.
Yeah.
We're going to.
I can't wait for this.
No,
guy.
all right. So if he's gonna wake up and he has a blanket over him and he's blindfolded and gagged,
And
I
we're
think
his friends.
No, so here's the
No,
thing.
tell me the story,
We're gonna,
please.
he's gonna wake up.
I can't wait.
We'll make a big scene of it and say, "Oh, he's awake, and we'll throw him off the horse. All right, and then we'll gallop away, and then Orba will hold on.
I want to wait. No,
Hold
no,
on,
let him
hold
finish.
on,
Let
hold
him
on.
finish.
Otherwise, he's just gonna shoot himself in the face.
You're
going,
writing a
keep going.
play. He
Hold-
can't shoot
hold-
himself. He's gagged and bound.
On.
I want to hear the rest of this
Then
story.
Orba changes her appearance,
Yeah.
comes back,
Okay.
and says, "Are you one of the Stitchers who was defending the broken outpost?" And he'll say, "Yes, I was." And you'll say, "Prove it."
Well, you've scripted his lines too.
No, he'll say,
keep
he'll say
going.
yes. And
Wait, let me write this down.
And Orba can say, "No, listen." Orba can say, "Prove it," and that way she doesn't have to unbind him because she's interrogating him.
Graven is tying him
Is
to
murdering
Safira's horse and continuing to get ready to leave
Yes.
it. This is
So
not-
that way it's an interrogation. You can say, "Who was the leader there?" And he'll say, "Zamir," and you can say, "All right, what were you there to do?"
I know,
And then he will say, "We were there to blah 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 get whatever the things," and he'll answer those questions in that way, thinking he's proving himself to be a Stitcher. Tell me why this is a bad idea.
Well, no, it's
opens
not a
his
terrible
mouth
idea.
at all. We will be lucky.
Right, but you have to
mean,
trick him.
It's not your worst idea you've ever had. I will admit that. The thing I will say is that's really banking on him buying the fact that she's someone that's supposed to be.
Right, and I'm saying that at least provides us a chance, whereas every other time we've tried to intimidate them, they're tight-lipped
Alright.
and then kill
But
themselves.
to be fair, we've never had them in a position where they can't kill themselves. I searched this guy.
Listen, if you want to get this elaborate, he's blindfolded.
Yes.
When he wakes up, we throw him down against a tree. We carefully tie up Orba and bind and gag her and put her down next to him.
That's
Oh,
brilliant.
this is excellent.
That's
Then
brilliant.
when we take the blindfolds off of both of them and walk away
Yes.
and do something.
Are you okay with that?
Aside from throwing him off the
That
horse, it
is-
was the same idea.
Yours was more.
She
of
was
a
interrogating him a minute ago. Now she's a fellow incarcerated
At least,
person.
see.
All right.
We are moving north. We wait until he stirs. If he ever opens his mouth, we'll see.
Okay, I like that plan. Are you okay with that?
We'll
plan? She
workshop
doesn't seem like she likes the
No,
plan as much.
it sounds great. My energy is already a little
Oh no.
taxed
And
as
we
it
have to
is,
do.
and
Look,
I
the
do have to
priority
face
obviously has to be facing this
a
guy.
giant barnacle demon man.
Okay, all right. How about this then? He hasn't heard us all speak. If they're tied up, they could be on either side of a tree, or
Well-
any of us could be there, either side of a tree, so they can't see each other.
It's not a terrible idea. Then you don't have to do any spell.
Then it doesn't even have to be her who's there.
Right.
It's actually true. It doesn't have to. It could be any one of us.
It's worth a shot.
We will see.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
Let's think
Worth
about
a shot.
it.
That's
We
a
got
good
some
idea. I
time.
like
We
this
got a
idea.
couple hours.
All right.
Planning. I'm gonna kind of hit them both on the back as we're riding.
So he is indeed slung over the back of Safira's horse after much delay.
Yeah, we hashed that out. We got it.
And we'll take one of the. I don't know what she threw over him earlier, but we have the bigger blankets that were.
Oh.
given to
Oh, I'll
us
take my
by-
cape
Sure.
back then.
By Cliff and all.
Yeah, as you're riding, a little bit of the motion, sometimes a hand or a foot kind of peeks out, but it's pretty well covered. I mean, if someone wasn't looking terribly closely, it would just
We are
like
bounty hunters.
yeah, it looks like there's just either
mean-
a creature or something.
carrying.
Bounty hunter. Okay.
So you guys return once again to where Erland was, that little junction right after the free run bridge. And you all see now, as you look to the north, what Erland did, the rolling hills at the top shelf. You start to ride in that direction. Terrain never fully flattening out for more than just a few minutes at a time. A little bit up, a little bit down, to the right, to the left. Occasionally, when you crest one of the higher ridges, you can look out to the west and see distant collections of wagons, small crowds, working on what you assume to be some of these mining claims. An honest day's work outside of the confines of the major cities, which has a certain appeal to some. I'm going to roll and see if this guy wakes up here as you guys have been
Oh,
traveling
shit,
for a little
yeah.
while. He does not.
Aw.
No stirring at all. So the audience knows, we have a slightly homebrewed version of the waking up after incapacitation rule, in that it isn't just a flat number of hours. The odds that they wake up increases the more that time passes. So each time it's a little more likely that the person wakes up. He doesn't wake up the first time. So you guys continue to ride.
But
We whisper in his ear.
The first person that you cross paths with along the road, it appears to be one of those laborers. Her arms are dirty, she has heavy work boots, and she's got a brown hooded mantle that looks like it could use a good wash. It's kind of crusty with grime and sweat. She has a large backpack and a walking stick, and she's moving at kind of a brisk pace down the road. She's not on horseback, she's walking. And as she gets closer, it looks like the hood is obscuring a bandage that's been wrapped around her head. She's not like bleeding, but there's like a little bandage around her forehead a little bit and tied all the way around. And she's muttering kind of out loud to herself as she's walking. Who's in front here?
I was pretty antsy to leave.
We'll say Graven. Give me a perception check there.
Not if you want to roll, I wasn't.
What did you think was gonna happen when you asked that question?
21.
Great. So as she's moving, she's kind of muttering to herself and being kind of out in front there. Turn your head a little bit, see if you can pick up little pieces of what she might be saying. And to herself, quickly, 1 foot at a time, she talks out loud.
Purple-painted bastards. Broken Crown's never around when you need them, but when you don't, they're crawling all over you like leeches in a bog.
And she's like moving quickly along the road. So you guys are getting close
to-
very
yeah.
quickly. Yeah, she's closing in on me very quickly.
Problems on the road coming from the north.
And she kind of pushes up her hood a little bit. And you see her face, a human woman, kind of curling gray hairs that kind of go down the sides of her face.
What?
I said, are there problems on the road coming from the north?
Not on the road. Against my better judgment, I'm heading to the VC outpost. Tell those useless buffoons to start doing their job.
I wouldn't. You won't find anyone there.
What do you mean I won't find anyone there?
You didn't hear about the bandits.
Bandits overtook it. It's been abandoned by the Broken Crown.
And she raises like dramatically an eyebrow, sort of in suspicion. Give me a persuasion check.
It's the goddamn truth. No, I know. That is a natural 1.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's what that is.
Mhm. She kind of wags a finger in your direction.
You work for one of the bigger claims,
No,
don't you?
no, truly, Lieutenant Colonel
The
Walker.
auto claim, who is Powers claim?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We don't
but
work
you
for
will find
claim.
nothing but bodies at the outpost. I promise you that.
Seriously, it's not a pretty sight. We were. Orba asked
Oh,
people.
you were there, were you? You there?
No, we came after because we were. Orba asked us to look into it.
And
I mean-
she looks behind you.
What's that?
Is one of the bandits. We're bounty hunters.
So you killed the people at the outpost?
Well, the people who had killed the Broken Crown. We killed the people who killed the people at the. Yes, but not the
What's going on
Broken
here?
Crown.
What's going on?
We're bounty hunters who were hired to get rid of the bandits at the Broken Crown outpost by the Broken Crown.
Where you headed now?
North.
North where?
Dillasu.
Make a deception check.
Ooh, what?
Oh no!
11.
No!
Well, look, I need help from the Broken Crown, so I'm gonna go have a look if you don't mind.
What do you need
Perhaps-
help with?
Do you work for the Wintris claim, perhaps, if you're making fun of the other claims?
So I work for my own claim, the Pastina claim.
Congratulations.
Right. Good on ya.
I wouldn't congratulate me much because I'm being harassed by the bigger claims, which is why I'm going to the Broken Crown, because it's supposed to be their job to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right. They've been a bit occupied by the bandits, which we just took care of. But yes, can we help you with that in any way? Or...
As weak as they are, even in the great city of Navikapura, their influence wanes even as you leave there. They cannot help you out here.
How long have you had trouble? Because
That I believe.
there was an issue with rot scale at that outpost prior to it being taken.
And she kind of. So what then? You're just going along the road, helping out old ladies on the road.
Well, you seem rather in distress, and as we said, we're bounty hunters, so perhaps we could negotiate something.
After stumbling upon some metals worth mining, I don't know what you know about these hills, we had a sudden uptick in tools going missing, unexpected cave-ins, which tells me two things. One, I may well have a rat in my humble crew who has bigger ambitions. And two, that the fucking mediators are not fucking mediating.
Well, it's hard to
Right.
mediate when you're ill with rot scale and being overrun by bandits.
I don't need any more attention on my claim than it's already getting. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But
Okay.
And she's sort of, against her better judgment, clearly not wanting help, but needing it. You all look like you've roughed up a ruffian or two.
Yeah.
if you've any interest in standing up for the little guy, or little girl, as it were, keep an eye out for miners from the Otto or Sandil claims. And maybe tell them that, I don't know, that you're private security for my Pastina claim, even if that's a lie.
Will we know them by sight?
The Ottos have dark green work gloves, and the Sandiles have yellow sashes. Not all the claims have identifiers like that, but the bigger ones do. They like to let you know.
Right. I don't see why we couldn't do that.
So we just say, is it just merely threatening the presence of extra security that's you're hoping to achieve here?
It's a deterrent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them that you're here to make sure no one messes with my claim.
Yeah, we got this guy. We'll be good.
How far away is your claim?
It's far, but I'm not telling you to go to the claim. I'm
I know.
saying if you run into any of them.
I-
Did you mention your
It's
name?
to the northeast. Merithil Pastina.
Merithil Pastina, of the Pastina claim.
Yes.
Yes.
A small but up-and-coming operation.
Sure.
With
yes.
all due respect, what's in it for us?
Wouldn't say there is a lot in it for you. Like I said, a small claim.
Okay.
If on our way north we do manage to waylay anyone, might be coming back down south on the coast. Is there anything we could meet you there for?
I could I could send you each 2 gold.
Does it seem like she's...
Oh,
I'm gonna start
laughing. I'm sorry, I didn't know that 2 gold was nothing to you. Fortunate position you must be in to scoff at me so.
Look, I doesn't seem like you're asking that much. Just basically to tell people that we're security.
Yes.
Does it seem like she's withholding information about her claim and how much it's worth, perhaps? 24.
24. It doesn't seem like she's intentionally withholding anything. You do, in the back of your head, something kind of just sort of niggling at the back of your brain, is that she said that after stumbling upon some metals worth mining. So,
Yeah.
seems like she discovered something more valuable than your average iron and tin and
Probably
thing.
why people are so interested.
Yes, which
Yeah.
is why she might be getting harassed. So it seems like she's purposefully not saying what that value, because she doesn't want you to go get it. But, yes.
Look, we don't have any time to go out of our way and go to any of these mines or anything, but if we do run into someone, we could perhaps...
Don't see why we couldn't.
What are you mining at your claim?
Just the usuals. Copper, tin, iron.
Metals?
Yes, what?
Well, those are metals.
What sort of valuable metals would... these are larger claims. They have
claims all over the
Yes, but these larger claims that you're asking us to stand against, why would they be preoccupied if you're mining tin and copper in smaller mines?
They think they can bully all the smaller claims.
We
Right.
heard the name of a metal. We had heard it.
Yes, do you remember what it was?
Oh no, I don't. But we know what this
It's-
is.
it's,
we know what it is.
It's.
Yeah, it's like
I have it written down. One second.
Okay.
Mithril.
mithril. I mean, is that?
That is not what it is.
Oh, what is
If
it?
that-
Like that.
It is like that.
Yes, I think you guys heard of
like that.
another metal that's
Yeah.
mined in these.
What episode was Wingami in? 30?
Oh God.
No, more
No,
recently.
more
than
recently.
No, it
This
was
is
the
a lot more
guys
Someone
when
was
we were
talking about the top
talking-
shelf specifically.
It was when we were talking to the guys while Graven was
Oh, we're talking to those douchebags?
talking to the kid.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that's the answer. That's what she has, though. I don't know what it's
Then
called,
it's
but
not
that
my
is
fault.
definitely what she has.
All right, let me look up
You
the
have
conversation with
you
these
have
douchebags.
something, but
Like I said, I'm not asking you to go out of your way, but if you happen upon, I'm happy to send you some gold.
Right. I'm gonna kind of give Erland like a little bit of a squeeze if I can on my horse. I guess if we're close. That's not very secret.
You can reach. I mean, it's not subtle, but
In lieu of gold, could you perhaps send us a small amounts of the metals that you might be mining?
I would be happy to send you a little bit of iron, tin, copper.
What about something like, I don't know, like orichalcum or something?
I wouldn't know.
Does that seem?
she has a terrible poker face when it comes to that.
I've heard that there's orichalcum in these hills.
Yeah.
And I've heard, or rather we've heard, that the Ottos and Sandils and all the other larger outfits, the Wintresses, are all quite interested in it.
I would think that everyone would be very
And
valuable.
Perhaps, and I'm just hypothetically, that might be why they're interested in such a small claim, such as yours.
What if in lieu of gold, like a payment for us kind of pretending to be your security, what if you find, after having talked to us, that the pressures on your mind from opposing parties is alleviated? Maybe you honor our hard work and send us a little bit of something you might find in there, like orichalcum or something else. Mostly just orichalcum. I'm really just interested in the orichalcum.
Make a persuasion check.
Just to be clear.
Just to be clear. Persuasion. 18!
Where would I be sending such a thing?
Aren't we also rendezvousing with somebody on the coast
Yeah,
after our business?
Yes.
we will be.
Vern. Yes.
Mhm.
In Vern.
Yes.
Yes.
Up on the coast? Yes, I know.
It's
Vern.
your business. I don't know.
Yes, perhaps Phaedra Spooner.
I can ask around. I've been to Vern a few times, and I don't know of Phaedra Spooner.
Is there like a mail house of some kind, or maybe a trusted friend in Vern you could direct us to?
I believe there's a courier service in Vern, yes.
One that you would trust to send materials of that nature?
I could send someone, yes.
Okay.
All right then.
All right.
8 ounces of orichalcum ore. No more.
What does that mean to me?
Does that mean anything to any of us as far as...
Especially if it's not orichalcum, if it's not 8 ounces of orichalcum, but orichalcum ore, that's
That's a
teeny
tiny
tiny.
amount.
That doesn't mean it's not still
But it's
valuable,
very valuable,
but
right.
that's a teeny.
Yeah.
Like when you refine the ore and get the orichalcum out,
Yeah.
8 ounces would get you probably very little.
Okay.
But and so it's used as like a spell component, or what
You
is
don't
it
know
again?
what orichalcum, unless you remember what they said.
I wrote it down. I
you're
only
not
wrote like magical component.
Yeah, it's used in crafting certain magic items. Yes.
Does that seem fair? It's hardly.
Yeah, that seems
Work
great. That's
for it.
very generous. We can try to do what we can to let everyone know that we see that's from a different claim, that we're security.
Specifically,
Right.
Otto Sandeal.
is Sandeal. Yes, of course.
And pending my claim being left alone.
Oh yeah, we'll
Okay,
spread the
sure,
word
we will-
like wildfire.
8 ounces per auto, 8 ounces for Sandeal.
No,
No,
8
she means
ounces.
total. If,
I'm saying 8 ounces for
that might be more than I find in my entire claim.
I don't know if that's
That seems
reasonable.
true.
Making
Ooh.
It's a very weak claim. What you don't know is it's like 1
It's
cubic
just
foot.
18. As she says that, like the idea was preposterous to her. Like these orichalcum veins seem like they're not massive
Yeah,
veins
yeah.
that are, incredibly.
Fine. 8.
It's the least we could do.
It's been good doing business with you. We'll do what we can.
Even though Broken Crown supposedly is gone, I am meeting a friend at the bridge, so if you don't mind,
She sort of motions to the road there.
Be careful. Have a
Puts
good
her
day.
walking stick.
Good day and good luck.
Bang!
Nah.
Keeps moving along the road.
Ooh, guys.
What does one do with
I
orichalcum?
was just gonna say.
Other than resell it.
Give me a history check, you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I know your favorite kinds of.
Classically amazing.
Oh shit! Hey.
And just like that, something clicks in Graven's brain.
Not the math.
Numbers and the functions. It's inside.
It comes back.
Don't hit your head imitating another meme.
Orichalcum, you're aware of it mainly because of its sort of value, but it's used specifically in the crafting of items because it has like anti-magic properties. Like the ability to stop magic. Like if you craft an item, like if you craft a prison out of it, it could keep a magic user from using magic
Yeah.
tools inside the prison. Something like that. So it
Like
has
that, we
anti-magic.
were very, very early days. We
Oh,
were
that's
around
so
a thing
good.
in the carriage that kept us
Oh,
from being able to use
yes.
magic in the
Good
carriage. something
memory.
Like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it has anti-magic.
You're like, I'll never forget.
Your nose starts bleeding.
That was a good history check.
Whose carriage was that?
That was Armand's.
Armand's carriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Orichalcum. Anti-magic properties. Do you remember?
Oh right.
In Armand's carriage, where there was a sphere that made it so that no one could cast any
that
magic
would
around
Be
it.
extremely
That
useful.
would
Something
be
like that.
brilliant.
Something that perhaps you three couldn't carry, but would be very useful for me to carry.
I mean, I imagine 8 ounces of ore is probably not going to do a whole thing like that, but that's pretty cool.
Right, but I'm saying if it's a smaller radius, perhaps it's a radius of.
We can
We
imbue
don't
it
know
with whatever.
if raw orichalcum has. It is used
Sure.
in that.
That's
But
right.
yes, maybe we could either trade it, sell it, or have somebody craft it into something.
It requires refinement, like
Yeah.
just the ore itself.
Just a whole
He
new
is
business.
not considered magical, is it?
It's different. It's not considered magic.
right,
Like,
where-
if
but like-
someone was detecting magic, they couldn't sense your key in your body.
Oh my god.
But like ranger spells would still be magic.
That is definitely
Correct?
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, but at the very least, I bet Celis would know something to do with it.
Yes.
Oh, I bet.
It's
yeah.
extremely interesting.
Fun.
Great.
Excellent
Franco, I'm
negotiation.
sure would be
Tiefling.
happy to.
I didn't do anything.
Good memory.
Yeah, great memory.
Thanks.
Hey, I remembered something too.
You did. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Right.
How's
How
our
close?
guy?
How close are we to this meeting?
I was gonna say
spot?
what we should be doing is looking out for that mist stuff everywhere, and I'm
Still
looking
away.
up everywhere we go.
Still like how many?
Safira's like,
paranoia is
you-
moving on. You guys have if you guys rode straight to Myriad Manor from here, you would arrive like at nightfall.
Well, but
Oh, okay.
first we need to stop by the top shelf, right? You need to smash a thing in the. Is it in the top shelf?
No, that's
It's on the
Edward's.
coast.
Oh, the Ebwoods.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
your?
Beyond.
So
You
the
guys do.
Ebwoods is where I had.
You're mixing up a couple of things.
Yeah.
Edwoods is where the lodestone is. You guys are in the top shelf right now.
Yeah.
The top shelf
Yeah.
is the northern.
Is the
stout
top
thing.
shelf where you needed to
No.
go
I think
do?
you're thinking of the
I
main
was going
sail,
to do that at
mast
the
and main
Ebwoods
sail.
or at the.
Oh,
There are a
the
few places.
the
I could
Blessed
do it.
Garden is the
Yeah,
Ebwoods.
but the Ebwoods was one of the places I could.
So
do it.
many beings.
Put a map
Oh yeah, you want?
up
Here,
on
I got it.
Yeah, do you want to put a map? up
There's.
there?
I don't know if there's anything between here and there other than possibly a little bit of a rest.
All right.
Not.
Hopefully.
Long.
Not. Yes, not long.
That's legible.
I could use a bit of rest, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm going to need
We're on a
to
schedule.
prepare before we encounter that
I
creature.
think we should
Yes.
all try to prepare as much as we can because that wasn't exactly fun the first time.
Okay, so how's our guy?
Give him a
I'm gonna kind of give him like a slap.
The
Nothing?
movement, yeah, it hasn't been since I made that last check. It hasn't been very long. That was
Right.
this woman coming along the road was like right after that check. So yeah, it hasn't been right.
I don't think. I mean,
Okay, let's keep going.
Guys, keep riding. Your passage through the northern Stout Hills is unhindered for some time.
Like that.
whoa, wow! I don't
love
think
to
you've
see
ever
it.
said the word
Yeah, I
unhindered.
know.
And as some time passes,
Let's go.
Unhindered. What does it feel like?
while you're riding on the back of Safira's horse, she just feels like a little
As soon
twitch.
as I feel it, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna put my hand up.
And you hear kind of a
I'll get off my horse. We're close enough to the edges. There's some trees still along the.
the trees are a little sparser here, but the rolling hills, like you can't see for miles. Like you don't see any people if that's what you're looking for at the moment.
No, I'm looking for just like a patch of trees off to the side.
There's a couple trees here and there, yeah.
Okay,
You
yeah.
have to go off the road
I'll-
30, 40, 50
I'll
feet.
follow him slowly, walking
with the
my
horse, yeah, and I'll tie off my horse, pick him up off, throw him down kind of at the base of the tree, and use the ropes that are tying him up right now to kind of tie him around the tree.
Do you tie it like wrist and then around to other wrist? Is that how you're tying it?
Yeah, because you did.
He already has
Feet,
wrists, yeah.
she did
Wrists, feet
wrists.
down,
Yeah, so let's do
gagged,
wrists
blindfolded.
and then around the tree
Great.
too.
Gesture.
was thorough.
And
What are you using? If you
Okay.
rope around his head, he's still gonna be able to like.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna
Do
keep
it
him.
behind his
Roper.
ears.
But it would
It's not gonna
hurt.
keep him bolt. I mean, yeah.
Tied it tight, it would hurt.
Uh,
Ow!
oh,
You'd still be able to do it.
all right. Oh, go ahead.
I
Thing.
mean, I'll start. I have another climbing kit. I'll do one kind of loose around the neck and then tight around the forehead.
What do crampons look like?
What?
Hold on.
Oh,
Are
Christ.
crampons the things you put on your
Yeah,
feet?
they are.
Yeah, they're shoes.
Okay, so but they're spiky,
No.
right?
Yes.
Could you?
No, you
use-
are not.
Hold on.
You are
could
not.
You, could you
What?
put them like this
No.
and then tie the rope around both so that he can't? Otherwise, you'll spike his fucking face.
are turning
How
our
are they
campaign
keeping
into a Saw
by-
movie.
How are they staying still? Like if he turns his head, wouldn't the crampons?
No, no.
move
So
his
okay,
head?
no. So if you tie, okay, no, you better idea. You tie
Knock 'em
the
into the tree.
crampons.
Yeah, why don't we just nail him into
Yeah,
them?
you
It's
tie
fine.
the crampons to the tree so that the crampons are tied to the tree like this, so that if he turns his head, you'll get spiked by the crampons.
Maybe,
I think this is too much effort.
maybe.
I'm doing the rope thing right now. If
Okay,
you
so
wanna come
I'm gonna
over and
come
help me
over
with the
quietly
crampons.
and give him the crampon. Okay, okay, so I will. Yeah, I have a climbing kit too. I think. Do I not, or did I give you? Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna.
Give me a dexterity check. I can tell you now it's going to be difficult. The trunk of the tree is rather smooth, so you're really like trying to finesse it into place as it's
Yeah, I want to try and like pull it as tight as possible so that they're sticking out. You
Yep.
know? Straight dexterity or like sleight of hand, or I guess
Straight
it's the same.
dexterity.
It's the same. 6.
No.
As you get around to the backside, they're like in place and the ropes are against them and it looks pretty good. But as soon as you kind of, even after you kind of tie it off and let go a little bit, it just kind of like slumps down. Like it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to get it to hold.
That's predictable.
And at this point, he's
Yeah.
now like
I
his
take the
eyes are
tampons,
kind
I
of
put them away.
I mean, he's covered, but you can see his like the
Okay.
eyebrows kind of moving.
Orba's also, as they've been doing that, she's actually gonna like. She has like. What are the names for those? Where you cover up your boobies and your private parts?
Binders?
They're little bindings.
Binders.
Yeah, binders.
No, there's like cute names for them though, right?
But like,
No?
and
She
your
has
private
like
parts, like
like
Girdle?
from like waist to chest.
yeah, 'cause she's gonna like get almost naked.
Okay.
She's gonna try to relax.
Be the same.
I just don't know where this is
On
going.
the same
Well, I have to
level.
be fucking. So you take your boots off, everything.
Sure.
She's gonna leave him by her horse, and she's gonna get on the opposite side of that tree
just
and just kind of
undergarment
sit down
wraps
and get
there.
ready. And she's gonna be going through in her head the names of the guys.
How big
The
is this
tree is thick enough that he can't just turn and see the other side of the tree if that's
Good.
what you're looking for.
I'm gonna motion to her and try to bring her to an edge. Maybe not even the exact opposite. Maybe just to where he'd be able to see some
legs
legs
sticking?
Yes.
Can I? So the horses are a little bit away, right? You've done this a little bit away from like where.
This tree is like
This
50
is
feet off
happening
the
pretty
road.
quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So with Orba,
She's sitting down
she's
at the edge
already?
of the tree
He's
too.
already
Yeah.
on the tree.
He's waking up.
He's waking up. We have no time.
okay.
Can I have wrote it down. Who signed the note?
I don't think. Do I have a note?
Caden signed the note.
Hayden.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only one.
I had the note. Sorry, that was me.
No, that's
I don't
okay.
know why.
You're fine. I have Hayden and Amir. We're good.
And can Erland sort of walk up to Orba and in the dirt using his fingers, I will write Gralvig,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zamir, and I'll sort of point to him or do an arrow that says leader,
Okay.
and Clement.
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 And at
I'll
this
spell
point,
it-
you start to hear something like, he's got the gag in his mouth.
Tie Orba's arms up. And I have rope too, so I'll be tying Orba up with my climber's kit and put I'll tie her rope up loosely in her mouth so that she can.
So it sounds like.
So
she's
it sounds like
gagged,
she's gagged, but she can maybe
not,
get out of it.
yeah.
Right, and then I will.
God, the guy is still gagged. Isn't he?
Yeah, he's.
And then I will.
Starting to pull at the ropes.
Orba's gonna start doing it too.
I'm going to. If he's. The gag was pretty tight on Safira, right?
I'm gonna kind of. They're waking up. Do we need to talk to them?
Fuck them. Let's go find some food.
Ah!
Shut up! And I'm going to. I'm gonna kick Orba's leg pretty fucking hard.
Ow!
He hears the thump, the thumping kind of impact.
And I'm gonna go over to the guy and I'm gonna sort of he's still gagged. I'm going to
Yep.
I'm going to grab his collar, but as I'm doing that, I want to accidentally grab his mouth a little bit so it removes the gag a little bit.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh God. Oh no.
11.
11. You go to reach for the collar, and it's just long enough that it feels a little unnatural, like to get to the
Okay.
collar and the thing, you're grabbing both. And you can already tell there's almost like a reeling and a little confusion. Are you pulling the gag out?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm
Let
gonna
that
go
go.
for the collar
Okay.
and I'm gonna go. You need to shut up, and I'm gonna slap him on the face so that hopefully it comes off a little.
It does not.
Shit.
I really got it in there.
You made a point of it.
I really did. Okay.
Yeah, Orba's gonna keep struggling too.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he can hear us walking away a little bit. I want to toss.
Out of the tree.
Yep.
I want to toss to Orba like a sharp, like if I can find like a sharp stone or something, so that I
Give
can
me an
like.
investigation check.
So it seems like she found something to get them out. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The area's pretty rocky. These hills have a lot of kind of small stones and things. You kick around a couple and you find one that has kind of a flat edge on one side.
That's
toss it
fine. I'm
over
gonna
to-
toss it over and kind of like try to give her like a nod and point to the gag and then point to him. And then I'm gonna turn away and back up.
And yeah, we'll walk like I don't know, 50 feet away and watch.
Yeah, so that we can still hear, but
From the far
Or I
side
guess-
of the tree.
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, on the other side of the tree,
Yeah.
on Orba's side.
Okay. Give me a stealth check as you try to like. Did you guys try to make it sound like you walked away?
Yeah, I want it to
Give me a
sound
stealth
like
check.
we're walking away.
Yep.
All of us stealth checks.
Back to the road.
6.
10.
19.
Okay. You guys find a spot. It's hard to tell, if he can sort of sense it, but yeah. You guys find a little spot, maybe another tree just a little further away. Keep an eye out.
Orba's gonna like rustle to maybe try to reach a rock. She's gonna make it sound more difficult than it being right next to her. That was kind of like rustle in the dirt, and if there's leaves, she's gonna like make a little bit of a fuss. And she's gonna be like, she's gonna grab the rock and start just like kind of rubbing it against just to create the sound, because I know the gag can like come out. She's just gonna start doing that for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Not addressing anything.
Okay.
Just gonna keep trying.
He continues to struggle. A little bit of time passes. Again, his hands are tied behind his back into the tree. So even if is the idea to toss him this stone?
Well, you can remove his gag. Like,
She unremoves herself completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I mean, you can. I was assuming that if you get your hands out, you could.
No, we'll leave it to her.
No more
A little bit of sound.
Okay, she's gonna finally like.
Sure. You hear this? He hears the sounds of you rustling the ropes and things. Yeah.
Okay. And then, yeah, she's gonna drop the rock and then take the gag out.
Okay.
And hello? Who's there? She's gonna use her hands. Can she reach around the side of the tree and like touch any part of him? Is the tree
No,
too
it's
big?
it's too big. Yeah, he would be
Okay.
able to. Yeah.
Hold on, I have this rock. I'm gonna see if I can get it to you. Do you have your hands?
You hear that?
Okay. Well, I might be able to get my wrist undone. It might take a second. Okay, just hold on one second.
You see him kind of lean forward, pulling as hard as he can. Whacks his head against the tree there.
Stop it.
Ow!
Can we see him doing that?
Careful.
Yeah.
Or
Erland's going to start moving quickly back over.
Okay.
And I'm going to put my hand behind his head. Not yet, friend. I'm going to remove the bound from his mouth. I'm going to remove the gag from his mouth. I need you alive because I need answers. And I'm going to pour water into his face like I'm trying to...
Sure.
What's your fucking name?
don't tell him shit.
You shut up, and I'm going to kick Orba hard.
Oh my god, stop!
You take 1 bludgeoning damage. You take 1 bludgeoning damage.
What's your fucking name? I'm going to, holding his hand, his head, yeah, sort of holding his head.
I wanna.
I'm going to gesture to Orba, like, I'm going to sort of go, all right, not going to talk, are we? You know your friends are dead. All of them. I'm going to splash more water in his face.
Orba's gonna start casting thaumaturgy, mainly to just create some verbal, like she just wants to start saying stuff that sounds like it's of magical origin, like she's gonna start casting a spell.
Okay.
She's gonna start casting a spell.
A little bit of like,
Shut it! Shut it! I'm going to cover Orba's mouth.
Now hearing her, I'm gonna run over, because... What the fuck is going on?
I've got it. Keep looking for food.
I'm gonna put the gag back on his mouth, but like less tightly this time.
Okay.
So like I want to make it so that I'm almost as though I'm in a rush. I want to put it so that he can definitely like bleh and talk.
make a deception check. Physical deception check.
Okay. Not terrible. I have no modifier, but it's 15.
Okay, give it a quick wrap, and you just kind of pull it, like, one wrap around and pull, so it's tight, but it's also like there's no real knot.
Yeah,
so,
okay. You have it.
I've got it.
Shut them up.
I will-
Stop accosting. And then I'm gonna walk away again.
All right. I'm gonna keep holding his. I'm gonna stop covering Orba's mouth now, and I'm going to grab his head. All right. How many of you were there?
She just put a gag.
Why would you just like...
I'm gonna lightly remove it a little bit. How many of you were there?
I'm thirsty.
I'm gonna walk over.
Fine. I'm gonna give him some water. And How many of you were there?
Thousands.
Where? Across the continent?
Hundreds of thousands.
Across the continent.
Jamie.
I've got this. What? You think I can't handle it?
Obviously not.
You're gonna see Orba, as you're arguing, kind of lean over the tree, and she's gonna go like this.
I've got him.
I think this is done.
Let me
Kill him.
Let me
now.
Let me interrogate him further. I'm gonna drop his head and go up to Graven and go, "You have no right to stop this."
He should have been dead hours ago. And you know that.
And look to Orba.
Yes, you're right there, right?
Yeah, but I'm like,
Come with me.
fuck! Let go! Unhand me!
Come with me.
Unhand me! And Erland's
Stupid
gonna
bastard.
unhand me, you bastard!
Walking away, shouting, struggling.
Yeah, and like, I'm gonna gesture to Graven that we should go further than we did last time. Unhand me!
You and the prisoner can hear like
Yeah.
the conversation getting a little quieter and quieter as it moves apart.
Orba's gonna take a deep breath and... Fucking idiots forgot to gag me again. Look.
And you hear kind of a little. You can see him kind of. You can't see him. You can hear him kind of trying to push the gag kind of off of his chin, out of his mouth a little bit.
Did they gag you?
The ocean winds are salty, aren't they?
What? No. Oh no. Oh no.
Look, we have no time for games. Listen.
The ocean winds are salty, aren't they?
They have the information.
Yes, they are.
No.
Orba's gonna take a mental note of that. The ocean winds are salty. Yes, they are.
Yup.
Oh, hella salt. Oh, you're so right. Oh,
Blah, yeah, can't go swimming.
You float so much.
Salty is the... I mean, Orba's gonna try one Hail Mary, but I don't... She doesn't have much hope here.
Don't tell the DM it's a Hail Mary.
I know.
Your rider from the south with the note from Caden. They sent me here. They were opening the vault as I arrived. They have it. They have all of it. If we can get out, maybe we kill them. Get it for ourselves.
You hear him kind of just run his tongue along the inside of his mouth.
The ocean winds
Okay.
are salty, aren't they?
Orba's just gonna sigh. She's gonna look up.
Yeah, we see just no movement going on over there. She's
You
looking
saw him
towards
get
us.
the gag off of his mouth, yeah.
And
Right.
she's looking over towards us.
Yeah.
Can I, with Graven, kind of start walking over there?
Yep.
Footsteps.
You're not blindfolded, right?
No.
Obviously. Okay. And I'm just gonna like hold it up. in your direction, like the mace. Like,
Orba's just gonna sadly shrug. Yeah.
As Graven's winding up, Erland's gonna take the blindfold off the guy.
Okay. He gets hit by it. Go ahead and deal damage.
okay.
I want him to know
I
who
want
it
him-
was.
I want him to roll and miss.
Oh
no!
So I just roll the damage. You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 bludgeoning.
4. As he opens his eyes, there's that wet crunch that kind of
Ugh.
hits the tree and his skull at the same time.
Ugh.
And then he just kind of sags back, like pulling against the ropes as he's folding forward.
As soon
Some
as
of the blood
he's-
off. Oh, but first I will roll.
You do get to roll.
To see if I get my spell slot. Come on. Baby. A 1 again.
No.
Can we change that up a little bit?
Yeah.
Can we roll 1? More things where you need to roll 1s.
Yeah.
One level 1 spell?
Yeah.
I do not get the power.
Sort of untying Orba. Orba already,
Yeah.
I'm there. Untying Orba, sort of. I'm gonna pat her leg where I kicked her. You alright?
Mate, you didn't have to kick her. She could have acted.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
What
Orba's
happened?
gonna start. She'll walk over to the horses so she can.
We couldn't hear
Rest.
them, could we?
No.
From where
Not
we were?
that last part
Yeah,
with
okay.
the ocean winds are salty. You could
Is there anywhere to obscure this body? There's no thick brush or...
not really.
Before
you
you-
could drag it off the road a ways, but not like.
We're not near the river still?
No, you've traveled a couple hours.
Did we want to take, as gruesome as it is, do we want to take this guy's head?
Well, I don't think we can take his head
I
anymore.
don't need the head.
Well, it's not exactly identifying, but it obviously says I
Graven-
did a murder.
Graven smushed it against the tree.
I guess.
Smush.
I don't know if
Crushed it.
any of this is worth keeping.
Okay, right. Then let's at least get our blanket back.
What happened, Tiefling?
Yes.
Drag him far enough away from the road.
Sure.
So you would have to kind of.
Yeah,
go look
certainly
at
if you were traveling on the road, you wouldn't see it. But if someone was walking through these hills,
As I'm like putting stuff away and hopping on my horse.
Yeah, Orba's like throwing on her tunic and putting on her skirt. She'll We were missing too big of a puzzle. There's a code.
Of course.
There's some kind of an exchange, a verbal exchange. But at the very least, now we know what the initial phrase is. Several times he said the ocean winds are salty, and was clearly waiting for my response.
Well, if we encounter someone who we know to be a Stitcher, we can
can at
perhaps
least
open the
start it.
conversation with
and
the
perhaps
ocean
get the
winds are
second
salty.
part of the
The
riddle.
problem is there might be, like the Lemonade Man,
Well,
perhaps there are different answers. that
I'm
mean
sure
different
there are,
things.
but I'm sure this is not the
like
first time we're
the
gonna encounter
room of safe deposit as well. Had
Oh,
a
yeah.
similar challenge
Oh, yeah.
system.
Yeah, so
But-
there might be several of these.
some of them. might-
Information, nonetheless. Good work.
Thank you. You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine. I couldn't get any information out of him whatsoever. I couldn't even dangle the possibility of getting the items out of your possession. I didn't want it.
If they know
Well, if
that
he
they're
knows
not
that
one of
you're
your
not-
their own,
exactly.
he wasn't going to give you anything.
They're still flying so far under the eyes of anyone that
You wanted to say radar so
You've done
bad.
that 10 times under the radar.
they're still working in the shadows.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
They're still working in the shadows.
DM stamp of approval.
I did.
Yeah.
They're still working in the shadows so much
Yeah.
that the goal is that what's paramount is staying secretive even more than the goal.
Of
it
course.
seems.
Well, even more than their lives.
Perhaps we ride a little bit and then rest.
Okay. I don't understand it.
Where did they find so many people so dedicated
People
to
will
whatever
do
this cause is?
crazy things when they're promised crazy things.
I'm convinced there must be some very charismatic leader.
We haven't encountered a single person hesitating. Not one.
This many people don't come together over a simple idea. It has to be sold to them. Otherwise,
Absolutely, they do, Erland.
no, but
They do.
They need a charismatic leader to pitch the idea to them. Otherwise, there are too many versions of the idea. If they want to stitch the country together, that's so ambiguous.
They absolutely have a leader. Nobody operates that in that systematic a fashion without being led by
That's
someone.
what I'm saying.
How do they not hesitate when they realize the world they're wanting to create, they will never see? I don't understand.
A charismatic leader.
Do they believe they'll see it in an afterlife?
Or
of some
fear.
kind, or are they promised life after death? That's something that people promise sometimes.
Fear for their families, perhaps. Perhaps there's a collateral that's given up.
Or perhaps, like a lot of soldiers, they decided that they wanted to give their life to the cause. That it means more to them than their own lives, whatever that promise is.
Tiefling, you surely must know there are very convincing ways to persuade people to keep in line.
Yeah, but I think what you're underestimating, mate, is how persuasive some people find. I mean, what they keep saying, stitching the continent back together, it's like a promise of world peace. What does that mean? I mean, I'm sure it's not. I doubt that what they're doing is effective. Frankly, they seem terribly cruel. But some people think that terrible cruelty is what's required for...
Something more important.
Sure. I disagree.
We don't even know. We have a vague idea of what their goal is.
No, we know exactly what their goal is. We just don't know what it means. Stitch the continent back together.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as... I feel like that's as precise and imprecise as it could possibly be.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to at least putting this event behind us.
Me too.
Ride north a little bit and then rest?
Well, and then fight, but yeah.
Yeah.
Turn to the road. A little bit of a somber energy as you walk away from the sort of... Graven gives one look back at the tree there, and there's that... Even though you drag the body away, there's like a red stain there on the base of the trunk of the tree there. You give it one last look.
Oh, buddy.
Why do
Turn
we
back to the
leave
road.
Dead naked people in the woods.
The last one wasn't naked.
Okay.
Last one was just dead.
Okay.
Start to ride again.
I
The
feel better
trees,
now.
the trees here,
Cool.
as you saw when you were searching for one to time up to, the trees here are very much more scattered than they are condensed. There's moments where the visibility is actually quite good when you crest some of these hills that you're traveling along. It's a marked difference from your time spent in the corridor. It's not rare to catch a glimpse of, as before, other people not on the road, but individuals pulling carts, guiding horses, piling rocks at the entrances to tunnels that look like they lead underground. It's incredible how many different groups of laborers are out here all seemingly hoping to strike it rich or strike it rich on behalf of someone else and be paid for their time. You can see why the Broken Crown, prior to recent events, often had their hands full with these sort of feuding mining companies where one claim might be a stone's throw away from another claim, that you'd run into them constantly. Still, unless you deviate substantially from your current course, you're not going to ride directly by any of these claims or groups of people. So for now, you just kind of dot the horizon like little figurines on a shelf. After making a wide right around a grassy knoll, you come upon three people rather suddenly. Shielded by the hillside, you weren't able to see them coming from a distance. And they also look like they're traveling perpendicular to the road. They're not like immediately coming the other way, they're moving across it as you are moving forward. It's two elves, quilted leggings and beaded necklaces. And they're escorting a halfling, whose wrists are bound and leashed. They're being forced to play catch-up on foot. The elves are riding on horseback, and there's a cloth gag around the halfling's mouth, and then their wrists are attached to another rope, so they're pulling the halfling forward. Like many of the other people you've seen in the area, the halfling looks to be a miner by trade. Attire fits, they have a yellow sash around their waist, garb implying the association with the Sandil claim, as you've learned. A shaggy head of hair has grayed so fully that it's almost white. And as the elves yank them forward, there's a kind of panicked look in their eyes. They're not blindfolded, they are gagged. You see like eyes kind of quickly darting around. The elf that's leading the way kind of barely regards you at all. Just a quick kind of glance over and continues to ride in the direction they're moving in. And perched on his arm, the one that's leading the way, as he's riding, gives a quick look, is a bird. A vibrant, very severe-looking bird with these kind of stunning crimson feathers. It's a bloodhawk.
Yes!
Often used as kind of hunting and scouting creatures. So as they're kind of riding along, you see this halfling that for a brief moment in your mind with the white hair and in this area, Kiimi's name crosses your mind, but you can tell right away that it's not her. So they're moving across the path here, and a bird on the arm, and there's go ahead.
Sorry, so the halfling has the yellow sash on.
Yes, the halfling has a yellow
The
sash.
elves do not.
Have a yellow sash?
Yeah.
No.
They're
The elves look like Elatrian elves. They're wearing the same
Okay,
exact
Elatrian,
attire
that's what
that
I
you've
thought.
seen the
Yeah.
Elatrian elves wear many times. I think.
Okay.
No, the mining
they're
attire is
Elatrian
exclusive to the
elves.
halfling.
And we're not super close to
The thicket?
The thicket. I mean,
A couple hours, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not right on the edge of it,
Right.
but yeah. So they're just like, they're like 50 to 100 feet in front of you, like crossing across the path there.
That's not the halfling you're looking for.
And you hear the kind of horses stop and turn in your direction. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh shit! Oh, you just wanted to dive right in there, huh? You want to
Wrong
sidebar?
Wrong one.
you want to pretend you know their shit?
Oh, brother.
When
You
we
got
come back,
15 minutes, boy. You got 15 minutes to figure your shit out.
when we come back, we will see if we can talk the Elatrians out of doing
Killing
whatever
us?
they're doing with this
Yeah.
halfling.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We're going to take a quick little break, just grab a bite to eat, and then we'll be back,
Yeah.
and we'll dive right back in. We're going to see what these Elatrians have to say.
Do the bits and the thank yous and the subs and the dooba-doobs
Thank
after
you so
the
much
great
for everyone's
thank you
support.
very
We'll do a
much.
little thing after. Yeah, and you got some time to decide what you're going to
Oh my
say.
gosh.
Remember, the Elatrians, some of them don't even speak
Right.
common,
Oh,
but he
you
did
can't
react to
see.
what you said. It's possible he just reacted
Heard
to
like
you
it.
shouting. But yes, just keep that in mind,
Yeah.
that some of them don't even
You would
speak.
hope the ones that are
Right.
going an hour and a half out of
Would
forest
be able to
at
speak
least
common.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Certainly a lot of them, even if they don't fluently speak common,
Yeah.
conversational
Yeah.
common with
Yeah.
some of the people that come there. So
see in
that is where we're going to
a
pick it
little
up.
bit.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Quick break.
Golly.
Little recap of last week if you need to watch it.
And I switched it up this time. It's the map. It's the map of our little campaign's progress that hasn't been updated since the season 1. But you know.
That map and then goes seamlessly into. Oh, we did the thing.
Why'd
this
you do,
map.
Why you gotta do that, man? Why you gotta blow
I
up my
didn't know
spot?
this was the thing.
Oh, of course, I'm very prepared.
That map leads to this map, is what I was trying to say. We'll see everybody in 15 minutes. We'll be right back. We'll see you on the other side.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chapter 8, Season 2 of Peek Beneath the Veil. We've run into a couple of Elatrians on the road, but before we figure out what Erland has in store for them...
Today we have the egg.
Da-da-da, the egg post.
Yeah, sunny side up. All right, Galantis did 20 bits, GF Powers did 200 bits, El Gobblerone did a sub, Zuzu Gore did a sub, Snapping Cobra did 152 bits, Baron Bean Enemy did 100 bits, Crazy Locha gifted 2 subs.
Oh,
Boom, boom, boom. I
Excellent
killed it.
consolidation.
I did, thank
Well
you.
consolidated.
Thank you very much. Egg rested.
So as soon as Erland calls out, both of the elves turn. In addition to both of the elves turn, the sort of panicked face of the halfling he sort of locks eyes with you, and the elf sort of that has the bird on his arm slowly rotates the horse around so he's kind of facing toward you. Now you're still probably 40, 50 feet apart, so you're calling out a little bit. You're not
It's
sort
a halfling man or halfling?
of halfling man as far as you can tell. He's it's a
Not like
little
big
hard to tell.
beard or anything.
No, it doesn't have a beard. But yeah.
Erland, I hope you have a plan.
Me too. I'm going to start in Elfish. That's not the halfling you're looking for. And Erland's going to get off his horse to appear less threatening. Sort of.
Hop off.
I've seen these hawks before.
Yes. You are familiar.
Am I like? Can I read any body language on the hawk, or is he just
Give me
chilling?
a nature check. Give me a survival check. That's
Survival?
Yeah, a little green in his blood.
22.
22. As it's sort of resting there, perched on his arm, a little kind of up at the top near the shoulder, you see it kind of just looking around. You get the sense that, based on the way he's holding it and the way it's looking around, that it's certainly trained at more as like a scout than a hunting bird, and that maybe it's keeping an eye out for something. And not only that, as its head kind of shifts around, at one point it looks very sort of intently at the halfling, and then looks around a little more. And looks very intently at Erland.
As he's approaching, or
Yeah, they're just kind of turning their horse a little bit,
Okay, and if I kind of make a movement to approach with Erland, if I were to make a move to get off my horse, does the bird look at me?
Are you hopping down off your horse?
I want to sort of like almost take a second, like I look like I'm thinking about it. Come on.
Okay.
Can I do
It doesn't react to that.
Okay. He did nothing.
So as that's going on, Erland hears a response. And back in Elvish to you, Footlox nogo mogoma, virpopad pomo, losgo virpadgo philanthoripu, goisha firfraji. And what he says to you is, there's a proper noun in there that you don't recognize, the Loxnoga, Loxnogha, Loxnoga. You don't know what that is, but he says the Loxnoga will decide of what he is guilty.
No.
Once returned to Lantharipu, which you know is the Elven word for Trickster's Thicket, we search for the other, is what he says. Yes. And right now he's still, again, a little distance away from you, like 50 feet. He hasn't gotten closer to you as he's speaking.
I've seen... We've been traveling from the south. We traveled up alongside Trickster's Thicket. And we saw a pair...
Are you getting closer, just so I know?
Yeah, I'll take a few steps closer to him.
Okay.
So that we're not yelling at each other, basically. We were traveling from the south, north, alongside Trickster's Thicket, and at night, a night or two ago, 2 nights ago, I suppose, 2 Elatrians were running after a similar-looking, but very clearly different halfling with white hair and paint on her face.
Give me a persuasion check. As he's getting a little closer, speaking in Elvish, as he gets a little closer to the Elatrians, we'll put this in with your other very high survival check. You're keeping an eye on the bird, and as Erland gets a little closer, it looks like it kind of is looking him up and down a little bit, and he's kind of... And the Elatrian that it's on his arm kind of notices the sort of agitation of the bird there.
Okay.
So Erland's been speaking and moving forward as this is happening.
13 persuasion, by the way.
In Elvish still. A Lozrin spoke of a halfling with white hair, and we have found one. Crimes committed in Bezufir will be answered for. You know for certain that this is not the one I am looking for.
May you temporarily remove the cover of its face so that I may see it to confirm?
No.
May I get closer to investigate further? We got quite close to the other halfling.
They look to each other. A little closer.
All right.
Let's just move. And again, Safira, you're noticing the kind of...
Can I... God.
He's definitely too far to touch him.
I'm gonna kind of just move my horse a little faster, so like just a little late trot, up and just kind of stop.
You're trailing Erland by 5 feet.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna kind of. Oh yeah, Benji, careful there. Why you getting so close? And I'm gonna kind of look at him and then try to look up at the hawk.
Give me an insight check.
No, you idiot.
14.
The word Benji, obviously you're aware that that's become sort of a code word, but it's hard to tell where Safira is sort of indicating toward.
I'm gonna try to just, as he's looking at me, stare right at the hawk.
It's hard to tell.
Relax, stay back.
It's a beautiful bird.
Just one.
Yes.
I'm trying to give him a significant look on it's a beautiful bird.
You can see, you looked at Safira for a moment and...
It's, yes, quite a... Is that bird dangerous or something?
No. You want to look?
All right, yes, I do. All right.
Yes.
Stay back.
Starting to step a little.
Yes, sir.
So... Can I tell now that I'm looking closer? Is it a man or is it a woman?
It looks like a man, and again, you see a lot of identifiers of the mining stuff that you're familiar with. Yellow sash, like Marathol told you was sort of denoted one of the claims. Sort of basic attire, heavy bork boots, a heavy brown jacket that's over the top, scruffily sort of graying hair.
The halfling that your friends were looking for was a young woman. White hair, yes, but a young woman. Also fully painted. Did you find any paints on this one?
No. We heard nothing of paints.
The one that we saw had brown and green paints to...
Paints can wash off.
Yes, that's what I was asking, if you found any paints on his person. Also, these paints in particular, interestingly, when she jumped into the river and to get away, the paint stayed on, so they were water resistant.
Make a persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
12.
Little and as that lead one is thinking, the other one is looking you over as you're getting closer, and he gets his horse closer to the first one. Says something very quietly to the other Elatrian.
I'm going to point to the halfling and say, the ruddy creatures, and frankly, they all... I don't care much about this one, but I don't want you to look like an idiot. If I did my way, they'd all be dead.
Thank you for the help. Reaches into a pouch, takes out a few gold pieces. For your trouble.
Is that a racism tip?
Thank you.
You getting close enough to take it?
Yeah, sure.
He tries to grab you by
Can
the
I try and
wrist.
move my arm away?
I need you to make a contested athletics check here.
Yeah.
I'm rolling badly, guys.
17.
Oh.
Reaches out to grab the gold, and he just lets the gold drop and grabs you by the wrist.
What? We whip our
Initiative rolls for everyone.
Oh, these bastards.
You're that poor that you wanted that gold that bad?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything was wrong.
Yeah, why not?
Please.
I didn't know I didn't see the bird.
Oh, god damn it.
I tried to tell you.
Should have said, hey, Erland, the bird's a problem.
Yeah, because that wouldn't have been suspicious.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Okay.
All right, 20 to 25. Orba, 21. 15 to 19.
No.
11.
Close.
10 to 14.
14.
14 also.
Okay.
11. Oh, what's your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier. Yes, it is. It's +3.
Safira's first. So,
Okay, so do you have a preference here?
So,
I mean, I think he's closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
so what do we have so far? Orba, Erland?
Orba, Erland with a 14. Then Graven with a 14.
Okay. Graven,
And like
Safira, Elatrian.
Yeah. So Orba, Erland,
How'd that
Graven,
happen?
Safira, Elatrians.
We'll put him at the end of the round. He's not.
No.
It occurs to me only now. The other one.
What?
What?
They're looking for an
They're looking for an
a
elf
half-
too, idiot.
Because the guy got uncharmed and was like, I saw two people on a rope, a halfling with white hair, and this fucking guy hanging from a rope.
Oh, and I guess it is initiative time.
Whoops.
All right. Okay, here we go. Gang.
All
Up again.
right.
More murderins.
Just had to speak up. Just had to speak up.
Look, if Kimi is ever back in our lives again,
No.
she'll be very appreciative I caught it.
That you think all our people should be dead?
We have.
I was
deal
obviously
with.
lying.
All right, let's go. Give me my map.
Should have pretended we were gonna enter the claim. Bring him.
Okay, we're not going to have a true map here unless things get more complicated, because it's pretty much out in the open. You guys are out on the road. You're sort of right now. Erland is right up with the Elatrians, and he's about 50 feet ahead of the rest of the party. Safira rode up a little bit, so you're probably 30 feet away from Erland and the Elatrians.
I'm just gonna. I take a second to shout to the party as this starts.
Sure, you can say something quickly.
Don't hurt the fucking bird. We can use it, maybe.
Orba's already casting Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
Or sorry,
At the bird.
specifically at the fucking bird. She goes like that. Just kidding. Yeah, no, she's gonna do Ray of Frost. She's gonna do it on the guy who's holding Erland.
Yeah, they look similarly armed. Like, they don't look different.
has to,
Both
like,
of them have a bow. Both of them have swords. It looks like.
Great. So she's gonna like twist her hands and try to create like a cold energy and Safira Ray, and she's gonna cast Ray of Frost at him.
Go ahead.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Da-da-da. That's only 2 damage, but they do have speed reduced by 10. And
Sorry, how much damage?
2.
2 damage. Okay.
And then speed reduced by 10.
Great. A little bit. The arm that's holding onto Erland's wrist, like the ice goes up the arm a little bit.
And then she's gonna shout, "Drop him!"
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Do they?
Erland, you are currently grappled.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Sure.
Sorry.
So sorry.
Sorry. Got ahead. Knee-jerk reaction.
Sick. Are they both within 5 feet of me now, or?
Well, no, one of them wasn't quite there. One of them's 10 feet away from me, and one's within 5 feet, yeah.
Okay. Well, if I'm grappled, I'm gonna... I don't want to fight you, and I'm gonna nunchaku him.
Great, go ahead. He had, like, as he grabbed you, he was pulling a sword out.
But
as
I
well.
will.
No one needs to die here.
No one needs to die here.
Except for you.
Except for you! That's a nat 20!
Yay. Die.
Just killing people.
Okay. That is...
Oh.
Double that die.
I'm...
Is it a 1?
Yes,
Oh, it's a 1.
It's a 1. 6 bludgeoning
6
damage.
bludgeoning damage. Great. So as you pull your wrist back, you come out with the other hand, whoosh, whack him across the
Is
head.
that the second time that's happened to you in like 3 episodes? Can you roll a...
Yeah.
Just want to be
Okay.
I know I critted the guy with the bottle. Okay. Nunchaku coming around for number 2. 12 to hit?
That misses. Great. So after the first hit, he's a little thrown off by sort of how quickly you came out swinging, and the next time he just leans back on the horse and dodges out of the way.
Okay, cool. And then the last one I'm gonna use. I guess I'm gonna try and like he's up on his horse still. So I'm gonna try and
Where's this going?
send an elbow to him for the
Okay.
last
Sort of
attack.
pull.
I started
Yeah.
leaning over and I was like,
Fucking 12 to hit again.
That misses. Great. So with that one arm sort of jockeying for position back and forth, you just are not able to get the leverage, getting your elbow up.
And a
as high as
grapple
you
have to
can.
use an action to get out of the grapple, right? To
Yes,
try
you
and-
can try and get out of it. Yes, but it doesn't impose disadvantage on you. It just means you can't.
I just can't move.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Graven.
The one who grabbed him is the one with the bird on his arm?
Yes.
All
Yep.
right, yeah.
He's got the bird on one.
Kinda-
It's on his shoulder. He's got Erland.
Riding the horse up so that we're getting close here, I'm going to point my finger at that one. Hook the dozer and toll the dead on.
Right.
What kind of a save?
You're such a scary.
Wisdom save.
You die.
That's.
Like, imagine.
5.
Yeah. If
nice. Let's go.
And he has taken damage, yeah? 10 necrotic.
Yeah, baby.
Better than it has been.
Yep.
Does the bird react to that sounding of the bell?
I mean,
there?
the bird is as Erland and him are pushing back and forth. The bird's kind of like flapping wings. It's like
He's
sort
like, "I
of
want
in a little bit of a panic. Yeah.
Bird's gonna peck my fucking eyes out.
Yep.
Oh, he's
That's it for me. So I guess I'm getting close enough to where
I mean, how far you were on horseback? You
Yeah.
easily could have closed the gap. So
I'll
how
get
far
all
did
the
you
way
wanna
up
go?
there, yeah.
Okay, great. You're all the way
so
up.
that I'm like right next to Erland.
Sure,
so.
you are. Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay, Safira.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at the guy. The guy with the bird's been hit, right? Have both
Yes.
of them been hit?
No, you
No.
guys have all focused your attacks on the one
I'm gonna
that's
go with the
holding
guy with
Erland.
same.
Right.
Go with the bird, and just a regular arrow attack, and that's it's a 10 to hit.
That misses. Sort of all the movement back and forth. One arrow goes.
I'm gonna try again
Go ahead.
because I have 2.
Please do.
That's better.
It's not better now.
13 misses. As once again, Graven's riding up, and you're trying to thread the needle between all of your allies.
It's impossible.
Another arrow.
It's not even
Goes
that. It's
through.
that I'm trying not to hit the bird. Stuart's like, I will never harm you.
Yeah, Safira's like, oh, I missed. Didn't want to hit the bird.
Looks at the bird. We can be friends now, right?
Okay. Anything else? Any movement? Are you just keeping
I
a distance?
am gonna keep a distance.
Okay, great.
So.
These guys are laughing at us.
And I don't see a
Now we're
range.
just flinging you around and
I don't see a
like
ranged
a
weapon.
moron.
But they have bows on their back.
Oh, I see bows on their back.
Yes, they both took out swords, but they have bows.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay then within like 50 feet of them. If I
Okay,
I'm
great.
in love with Satyria. Don't hurt me. I'm in love with Satyria.
The first thing that happens after the 2 arrows go whizzing overhead is the one with the bird sort of jockeys his shoulder up so it gets up nice and close to his head,
no.
and you hear him say something to the bird in Elf.
Don't listen to him.
You hear him say, "Gno kanoshmu, zoshvaisa kankanos," and he sort of pushes his shoulder up, and the bird starts to fly
does
into
that
the
mean?
air. What he says is, "Fly, little cherry, speak what you have seen."
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Kill it. Kill it.
Kill that bird.
Yeah, I
So
know. I
the birds
understand.
start to flutter up into
I
the
know
air,
we have to kill the
and now
bird
he's going to
now.
come with 2 hacking slashes back and forth with the sword here onto Erland. One is a 22 to hit, the other's a 14 to hit.
14 miss.
Okay, so just one sword.
22 misses. I just don't like it.
That is 5 slashing damage.
Okay. 2 of those sucked.
The next one rides up alongside, and as he's sort of holding you in place, 2 more slash.
Oh my god.
Both of them are attacking him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys.
That is a 11 to hit and an 18 to hit.
No, goddamn.
Great.
How are you?
Not well.
Ooh.
7 slashing.
Specifically not well.
Oh,
Once again,
spicy.
another cut appears on Erland's shoulder as another slash connects, and one pulling back and forth, trying to maintain a position that's defensive enough to get out of the way. And that's it. Orba.
Halfling? Is he doing anything?
He's like pulling as best as he can, but the wrist is tied to a rope, which is tied to one of the horses. So he's like staying at the perimeter, but he can't
Poor
like
guy.
run away. The horse is too strong.
Okay, question. Would Orba have... She never bridged that gap. She's still 60 feet back. So would she have
50 feet
seen 50, the Bloodhawk interaction at all?
You certainly saw him do like this and the bird go up. I
Okay.
wouldn't say that you like heard him say something to the bird.
Great. Orba's gonna see Erling taking a fucking wallop, so she's gonna hit with... Let's do chill touch this time. Let's just change it up a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, she's gonna prick her little
Necrotic
fingers.
damage.
That's a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. That's 6 damage, and then let's see. They can't regain hit points,
Great. Feels that chilling necrotic touch.
and they're not undead, are they?
And they are.
Yeah, we're done. I guess Orba's gonna just get within 30 feet.
Okay. Riding up a little bit, keeping your sort of hand ready for another attack. Erland, you're up.
Oh, good. I am going to. Yeah, this turn's gonna suck. It's a full action to try and get away.
Yes, to break a grapple. Or, I mean, if you kill the creature that's grappling you, you become ungrappled.
Oh.
Or if you
That's
paralyze
nice.
the creature, yeah, something.
Loophole.
We have to kill the bird.
You have to kill the bird.
I'm trying.
I am going.
Safira goes, don't kill that bird!
God damn it.
I want to.
Because I need its blood. Yes.
Oh, I'm so bad.
I have to take this healing potion.
Okay.
I mean,
Reach,
we're
with your arms still in his grasp, you reach into your bag.
Yeah, so it's 2d4
Plus
not gonna
2.
have any healing potions. Yeah.
It's a 1.
Oh my god.
You
Oh
go down after
my
this, and I have
fucking
to
god.
use a spell anyway.
3.
I'm going to not do it.
3 plus 2. I only get 5 fucking HP.
Okay.
Yeah.
HP back. Erland's like, as he's trying to chug it because the guy's pulling on him, it's like you can
Oh
see it
my
like, spilling
God.
off the sides of his face.
That's my
God.
action.
What is he doing up there?
Oh.
I am going. Do I want to save it? Do I want to save it? I want to save it. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. That's my turn.
All right, Graven.
Toll the dead again on that guy that's holding him.
Okay.
Boom. Wisdom saving throw.
14.
Match saves.
Match saves.
Oh boy.
Yep, he saves.
And this time he just steadies himself as the horse as the bell comes rattling through.
Guys, why did we stop to talk to this guy?
Anything else, Graven?
Nope.
Okay, Safira.
Okay, I'm gonna very begrudgingly take an arrow of slowing out of my thing, and I'm gonna fire it at the hawk.
Okay. Take a shot.
Never mind.
Oh my god.
Are you?
It is a bird.
It's a bird. I just
Also
thought that.
far away.
But it's
Oh wait, that's 13, right?
Speed is factored into
That's
an AC.
13, yeah.
13?
Yeah, 13.
13 hits.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
Plus 7.
And it's and it's
What does it do?
so it's slowed. It should be. It's,
Go ahead and roll
Does
for
that
any
mean it
damage.
plummets
first.
to the earth because it can't maintain velocity?
I don't
That is
know. I'm
sweet.
just trying to stop it from
It's with bumblebee wings.
roll for damage.
Flying things do plummet if they're like stunned or something, but not.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so that's 6 damage.
6 damage.
And
heard some other stuff before.
it has a -2 penalty to its AC until the end of its next term, and its speed is halved.
Okay. How much damage was that?
It was 6 damage.
6. Okay. Still alive. Okay, great. So the arrow just kind of nicks the back tail portion there, and you can see like a little plume of red feathers go out, and the wings just kind of. You can see it like struggling to sort of maintain its speed.
Great. I'm gonna take my next shot then at the guy who had been holding.
He's still holding. Oh,
Oh, he's still holding him.
Oh,
And how much was it?
No, he's not.
How much was it reduced by?
The speed?
Speed, yeah.
Oh, halved.
Halved. Okay.
Wait, he's still holding the hawk? I thought the hawk.
Oh no, he's holding me.
Oh no! I was like, no, the hawk is flying.
The
I'm
hawk's
confused.
got Erland up.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at that guy,
Okay.
and we're gonna hit him. We're gonna hit him. 16 to
That
hit.
hits.
Yes.
For
Okay.
damage.
He is hurt.
He is hurt, yes.
Kill him.
Okay. Ooh, and
2 bags.
15 total damage.
Got him.
And he just the horse kicks up.
Yes.
Falls off the back there. He is dead.
And then movement.
I'm
wise,
ungrappled
I'm
now,
gonna
You are
stay-
ungrappled.
I'm gonna stay
As
where
he
I am.
backs off the horse, you feel your wrist just slip through his grasp.
Can I
Right.
turn to the other one? Give up or join him.
Okay, you shout at him. He's still
Yeah.
got his sword kind of drawn up there. Safira, anything else?
No, I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
I'm just hanging
You
out.
see him. Yeah!
I get an
Shit.
attack of opportunity. I assume.
You do? Yes, you do as well. Yep.
Okay.
Told him to give up and then you
I
just
know.
attacked
Now
him.
we're gonna still fucking kill him.
Same.
We're dirty.
That's not giving up. That's running away. That's
Yeah.
different.
14 to hit.
14 hits.
9.
9 misses.
Dirty business, man.
That is 10 bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage. Great. So as he rides away, you whip the Nutcracker around and you can hear the impact. It makes like a boom on his back, a nice heavy thud. And he's gonna move. Horse moves and sprints 120 feet away, basically to the south there.
My horse is right there. His might not be, but my horse is.
Yeah, Erland was not on his horse. You're still on your horse.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
You didn't even say you rode up. Yeah,
You're welcome.
Okay, Orba.
Okay, so
The bird is at the end now. There's added to this, by the way. He's slower, but still
trying to.
still trying to fly. Yep.
okay, so the Elatrian's going south now.
He's going like to toward the thicket, basically, like to the southwest,
Okay.
off the road.
Without the halfling, I'm
Either the
imagining.
bird or the
Yes,
beginning.
the halfling was attached to the lead person's horse.
Okay. I guess Orba's gonna cast Ray of Frost if I'm. Oh no, wait.
What's the distance?
Not Ray
on
of
that?
Frost. That's 60 feet. Orba's gonna get within 120 and do Chill Touch.
You can do that. Yep.
Okay.
On the Elatrian, not
On the Elatrian, yeah, correct. 17 to hit.
That hits. Roll for
Okay. 8 damage, necrotic, and then can't regain hit points.
Okay, great. Little spectral.
And I guess she's gonna
Withering
have her,
energy.
her reins in her hand, and she's gonna max distance toward the guy.
Okay, so we'll say you're like within like 40 feet of him now.
Oh shit. Okay. And then I guess as she's riding like away from everyone, pursuing.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. She's good.
We're all in the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now it's Erland.
Okay, Erland.
How far away is my horse?
Like 50 feet.
Okay. Are there we're surrounded by trees though, yeah?
There's sparse trees, but yeah, there's trees around.
And he's 120 feet away from me right
Erland,
now.
you stay with the halfling. We'll get him.
Okay, Erland.
Alright.
I'm going to then.
You don't have to listen to me, but
My advice.
Live your dreams.
I'm gonna at least I'm gonna go to my horse.
Okay.
So that's and then I'm gonna ride my horse over to where the halfling is.
Okay.
And I'm gonna.
He's tied at the wrists there.
And I
it's
will
a
guess
little
I'll use my
weed.
action, or I guess I had to use a dash.
You had to
action
dash, yeah. But you can get up to him.
I'll get up to the halfling.
Okay, great.
And I'll say, "Don't worry, I'm gonna untie you."
Okay, and you see kind of like a.
Oh.
Okay, Graven.
so I'm right with him.
With the horse and the horse's dash, you're basically right up behind him.
And Toll the Dead again.
Okay, give me,
14.
wisdom save.
Yep, wisdom save.
21.
Oh man, these saves.
Still just following right at him.
Okay. Okay.
Safira.
Safira.
Okay, I am going to.
You look up at the bird before you do anything, just to sort of see. Even slowed, one more turn, and it's gonna get like out.
Right.
of
Okay.
range
So then I'm going to.
as it flies.
Get him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire a normal arrow at him.
Less two AC, right?
Are you? These have been unbelievable.
It might still hit. It's
11 to hit.
Even with a
I'm gonna
minus
try.
AC?
I'm gonna try
What?
again.
Minus AC on the
Yep.
stove.
I'm gonna try again. Okay. 22 to hit.
That hits. I think this thing's toast. I don't think it can live.
Oh shit.
It's hurt.
Six.
How do you want to do it?
12 total damage.
up through the belly, and then it just kind of
Ooh.
I'm gonna, as
spirals
I see
down.
that, I'm so sorry.
sort of a mass of red feathers, sort of one at a time, flying off the edge.
So sorry.
Okay.
I feel so bad about that.
The Elatrian, seeing Graven kind of sort of on his tail, sort of riding up behind. Lie. And he's gonna swing at you there.
Indeed lie.
We do indeed lie. Mark that off.
16 to hit.
We have one slot.
That hits.
Oh, today it hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Cheater.
Only 4 slashing damage there. And he's gonna make a second attack here.
Ooh. Alright.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
I'll do double dice.
Why?
Or 8, 10 slashing damage.
This time I will use Stone's Endurance.
Okay. As the second blade is coming toward you, can see it about to hit, and go ahead and roll for that.
I goes down by 5.
Okay.
But I still take
5
5.
slash. Yep. And now after the 2 attacks, the horse is gonna use the movement, so you have another attack of opportunity if you want.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Going for it with the mace. 17 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Oh, please. 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. As he's
Oh my god.
so he's gonna take max horse distance away again.
Yeah. How's he looking at this point?
He's taking a couple good hits
Yeah,
there. Yep, he's not
okay.
looking great.
Okay.
Okay. The bird is dead. We're back to Orba.
Okay, quick question. I think I know the answer. If I were to Ray of Frost him and the movement speed's reduced, it's him and not his horse movement?
Yes.
His horse still goes the same distance?
Yep.
Okay, and he's looking kind of rough?
Yeah.
Alright, she's gonna keep pursuing.
Right.
and-
If you use max horse, both move and dash, you can get within 120 feet.
Okay, great. She's gonna cast Chill Touch. Ooh, that's an 11 to hit.
That misses.
All right.
Too far away. Reach out with that necrotic energy and doesn't find purchase.
Graven hears Orba curse infernal under her breath. That's it.
Okay. Erland, you're over there at the halfling.
I'm going to sort of grab his arms and help him hop up on my horse. I'll untie his hands. Hold on! And I'm gonna start riding.
So he's gagged still, so you can hear him behind you as you're riding, kind of.
Hold on! Was it an action to untie his hands, or can I dash with the
That
horse?
was an action. Well, the horse can. The horse is
great.
separate. Yep, you
Okay,
can
so I'm
move
just
it.
gonna go max
It
and
was
then
your action to untie. Yep. Okay.
So how far behind them am I now?
Like 120. No, like 240. 'Cause they've done 2 rounds. Yeah.
That's my turn.
Graven.
How close are we to the woods at this point?
Oh, still pretty far. I mean, you guys are an hour and a half, 2 hours from Cruiser's Thicket. So even at a
and like
it's a, yeah.
When he took a swing at me just then, that wasn't like a far reach. It's because I stayed that close to him that he was able to get
Yeah,
me.
yeah. You were right up next to him, so.
I'll keep like 10 feet of distance this time and toll the dead.
Okay, you sort of like
Yeah.
if you're walking from in front, you watch Graven like disappear behind you.
Oh shit.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, you roll for wisdom, please. Roll that.
Natural 1. Ooh,
Yeah.
20 into natural 1. Look at that.
7 necrotic damage.
7 necrotic damage. Boy, I was all ready to kill this guy. That necrotic bell tolls, that sort of sickening, blackening energy pouring over him, but he just takes it off. And you can see him kind of like limp in his saddle there, trying to ride as fast as he can.
Yeah.
So how far behind him did you stay?
Literally just out of reach.
10
that I
feet
could,
behind
that
him.
I could gauge. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Safira.
Okay, I am going to catch up to this guy that's running away as much as I can.
Great. So if your horse moves and dashes, your attack's still going to be with disadvantage. You can
Okay.
take it, but it will be with disadvantage.
I will still
Great.
take it.
You roll really well though, so.
Oh, I roll so well that it shouldn't be a problem.
This will be even good.
Still disadvantage though.
Safira's just riding like.
I might as well be doing it blindfolded. 10 hit.
That misses, but you have a second attack.
This will
be good. For sure.
Come on.
Still with this.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Oh.
22.
And with a miraculous downtown shot, the arrow Graven watches the arrow sail over his head.
Come on.
Safira, after kind of having a second where she assumes it's not gonna hit, she goes, fuck, he's down. After I kind of see him, and then I'm gonna sprint up sort of towards where he is.
To herself, because
No one's here.
Yeah.
No.
That's like 3 combats in a row where you've done fuck all and then you got the killing.
I mean, if Graven, I
It's
think
so
you
hard
need
for me
to
to
do
get really close.
2
I
more
do
damage.
On. I rolled a 3 and a 4 on D12s.
So you see sort of limp into his horse and then slowly slides off.
All right,
Jump
see,
down off the horse, pat him down real quick.
Great, give me an investigation.
I'm going to sort of slow my gallop and, all right, sort of hop off my horse, help the halfling down.
All right, before I ungag you, I just want you to know that I didn't mean what I was saying about halflings. That was just trying to negotiate.
He's like,
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Okay,
Ungag the man.
Ungag him.
Oh, fuck! Oh, fucking son of fuck.
Are you all right?
Oh, praise be that I was not here to take me today.
You're with this Sandil claim? Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Do you, is that white hair, like, weird? Like, would it be out of the realm of possibility that he's related to Kiimi?
Again, his hair is not like white like Kiimi's.
he's just
His
an
is like
old guy.
graying into white. Yeah,
I see.
that's why like the description was not great that they were sort of running on there.
You share the vaguest similarities to a wanted halfling, and the Radirans are awful.
Elatrians.
Elatrians. The Radirans are fantastic. The Elatrians are awful.
we also hate the Radirans.
You never said a word to me in common. Thought I was going to be part of a sacrifice or something.
No, there was
Sort of Elatrian ritual.
No. There was a halfling again who looked vaguely like you, who vandalized some sacred grounds of theirs.
And that's the halfling that you hate. And that's why you hate halflings so much.
No, I was.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He
Okay.
touches you.
Yes. No. Truthfully,
This guy's got great.
we know her quite well, and we were just we.
She seems like she's in trouble.
She is. And quite honestly, I might be as well, given that they tried to arrest me as well.
So you and her did whatever you did.
No, I helped her out.
That's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Sure. What's your name, friend?
My name is Palone. Polon. Palone. And I'm one of the shift leaders for one of the Sandil claims. I praise you 100 times over for setting them straight.
Sure. Could you perhaps do me a favor in return?
Name it, anything, yes, please.
Merithil Pistina.
Yeah, the Pristina claim, yeah.
Yeah, apparently some people who you've been working with in the Sandil claim are sort of attacking her and making her life difficult.
No.
Well,
yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah. If you could just lay off and not do that anymore. I did just save your life.
Yeah. Just the Pristina claim, not the other ones.
No, do whatever you want with the other ones. I'm working as sort of security detail for Pristina.
Oh.
And I'm sorry that happened to you.
No, that's...
But I did just almost die trying to rescue you.
Yes, no. Meredith Pristina, off limits.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Do I believe him?
Give me an insight check.
Oh my god.
You see nothing in his behavior that makes you doubt it. I mean, he's sort of running on high energy from the sort of pursuit.
Calm down. You're right. You're right. Can we take you anywhere? We're heading north.
No, I need to get back to the claim.
Where's that? Is it along the road? Can you want to hop a ride for a little bit?
It's further to the west, but if you need to rest, or if you need to sort of take a moment up the road a little ways, there's a campsite where some of the laborers gather in their time off. Once I report to my claim, I can meet you there if you'd like to.
We'll be resting briefly.
I'll buy you a meal. There's a cauldron there. There's a woman who makes meals.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. Yes, we'll be resting briefly, but just having a meal.
Yes, I'll go as fast as I can.
All right. Well, how do you pronounce the name again?
Palone.
Palone. All right. Well, Palone.
During this conversation, so Graven was panning down. We'll say, Safira, you were relatively close by.
Yeah.
If you wanted to sort of come up at this point.
I wanted to pat. I mean, I also wanted to go and pat the guy down.
Okay, if you went to the
Yeah.
other Elatrian, is that what you mean?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
everybody kind of split off there for a moment. What was Orba heading?
I guess Orba's gonna, while he's patting the guy down, she's gonna take his horse, assuming that this halfling might want to ride somewhere. She's gonna take the horse and start heading toward them.
Great, so you're the first one to arrive where Erland and this man are talking to each other.
This is Palone.
Palone.
Oh,
Works with this Sandil claim.
Yes.
you're all right?
Marithil Pastina. No more.
I told him to not attack Marithil.
Oh, I thought you and...
Yes, we are. I told him to
Oh.
not attack Marithil Pastina anymore.
That was fast.
Yes, well,
Well, I'm happy you're all right. Do you need perhaps a ride?
I'll take it.
I don't want it.
Takes him, hops up, and he, for a moment, he sits on top of the horse, and then he kind of... If I'm seen with this horse, the Elatrians aren't gonna know that it's one of theirs, are they?
I would use it once and then sell it somewhere or something.
I'll remove any sort of identifying saddles.
Yeah.
I think you can safely probably ride it to your to your destination, and then yes, I would consider.
Thank you.
Elatrians don't usually stray much outside the thicket. It's just that they're looking for some wanted individuals.
Yes, and the halfling with the white hair.
Have you seen her by any chance?
No. If I had, I would have. Well, I didn't know what they wanted, but I would have tried to pawn off the guilt on her.
Oh.
Maybe shave your head or something, friend, until all of this kind of cools down a little.
I will shave my head. I'll change my clothes.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to meet him up later there's a rest stop a little bit up, a place where we can rest.
Campsite. Yeah.
A campsite. There's a truck stop just sort of off the turnpike.
Oh, good. we need these.
Take exit.
Wonderful. Oh, we will see you there.
Yes, I'll try to make good time and meet you there.
Take your time, friend.
Thank you.
Are you hurt in any way? Yes, but physically, are you hurt? All right, good. Well, we'll see you in an hour, perhaps.
Yes, go on.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sort of that, the manic energy just subsides a little bit. He sort of gives you looks in the eyes. Thank you. What a day.
So I'm wanted by the Elatrians now.
You know it was you? That's why they grabbed you?
That's why they grabbed me, yes. I assume it was the guard that Kaimi charmed saw Kaimi and myself.
Oh, yeah.
So perhaps no more Trickster's Thicket for me.
That is fine with me. They can just leave Trickster's Thicket and just kidnap people? They
Well-
can just do that?
I mean, as long as they're willing to fight for it, which they are, and they lost.
That's messed up.
I mean, we've carried bounty claims from we were carrying an unconscious person on
Yeah,
a
but like
horse.
they didn't even try to validate it. They were like, oh, this person looks kind of like this person.
They aren't the nicest to halflings to begin with.
Yeah,
It's
they
not.
fucking suck.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
During this time, patting down the bodies of the Elatrians, they have very little on them. They have their weapons. The swords look like Elatrian specific. They're like curved in a way that's unique. The sort of blade is sort of fitted in a way.
Tempting.
The bow looks relatively ordinary, and they have very little on them, even to the point of these look like this was a short range mission. Like they did not even look like they were going to be on the road for an extended period of time. Like they, got word of someone that matched the description, rode out, and their plan was to return back to Trickster's Thicket. So yeah, they have nothing on them other than the sort of rather ornate Elatrian swords.
Swords and medium sized object.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Does it fit in my saddlebag?
There's a spot for it.
Obscured?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I
mean, one
compare
for you
that
as
to
well.
my broken sickle?
It's would definitely be a better weapon than your broken sickle.
Well, but if my broken sickle were, say, not broken, would it be a better weapon?
Slightly, yes.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But it's, I mean, one presumes also as you look at it,
It's
identifiable as an
distinctive.
Elatrian
Yes,
sword.
okay. And it's not the kind of thing that if I had it, is there any way that I could sheath it where it wouldn't be distinctive? Or like carrying it on my person, would that be like,
If
hey, I
you had
fucking
it
killed this Elatrian guy?
For your saddlebags, you could kind of slide it in blade first in a way that pretty much the whole blade would be obscured.
Okay,
yes.
so
But if you took it
presumably
out,
I could only, like if I was taking it out in combat, then that would be the only time someone could see it.
yeah, or
Okay.
if you took it off the horse, but yeah.
Is it a simple weapon?
It is a martial weapon. Damn it.
I would like to then. I'm gonna kind of take a look at it and compare it to the broken. Graven, what do you think?
He's actually. You guys are.
Oh, that's
you're
right.
at, yeah.
Graven!
I'm kind of weighing them then, and I'm gonna. If I put my sickle here, then I can't carry both the broken sickle and this thing.
You can carry it for a second if it's the encumbrance you're worried about.
Yeah.
I mean, you can carry it back to the party. We can
Okay,
say
I'll
that.
carry it back to
Yeah.
the party.
You can carry an extra thing in your hands. It's just you can't pack it away.
Okay.
So the party kind of convenes after everybody.
Where's the halfling?
Did you get any information?
Well, not much information to have. He works for the Sandil claim.
Oh, did you say the thing?
Yes, he's not going to bother her anymore. Apparently, I couldn't get a read on him. He was sort of manic at the time.
Okay.
But he's riding to where he works, and then there's a campsite just a little bit north, and it's a safe place for us to rest and collect our thoughts before we reach the meadow.
Before we
Also-
approach any Elatrians with you at the head.
Oh,
Well, yes, we
in
should.
the
I was
future.
just saying we should not go back to Trickster's Thicket any longer.
No, I
You
don't think we were
should not
planning
go
on
back.
it.
I should not go back to. Yes, and
No,
assuming
I don't think any of us wanted to go back. to
we're
this
still
thing.
working together in the next few weeks, we should not go back together.
Anyway, what do we think? I've got the sickle that's broken.
Oh, the one that's not broken.
Well, that's a perk, right? So, should I just leave the sickle? What do I do with it? If I leave it,
It's a broken piece of metal.
it's
Stick
not-
it in the
it's not identifying
mud.
it anyway, is it?
Does it have your name on it?
The sickle
Oh.
has no identifying.
I'm just gonna like chuck it and kind of take the new sword. I mean, I suppose this is identifying, but I can hide it, right? It's nice.
I
I'm
would.
gonna kind of wave it around like careful. Oh, I'm not.
I would say that neither of us should approach Trickster's Thicket.
Also, at the campsite, it might be a good time to also spread a little word about the security now
Oh, right, yes.
for the other mining.
Well, yes, I think that his name's Palone, and I don't know. I'm struggling with that. That's his name, right? Palone.
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 He's just
He's already indebted to us, so he seems quite amenable to not bothering Pestina any longer.
That's convenient.
As long as he can keep bothering everyone else.
As unfortunate, it was obviously unfortunate to have gotten into it with them. So if we can sit down for a moment.
Yes,
At
at
the-
the campsite. At the
Yes.
campsite.
Yeah.
We'll have
I
a
think
bite
that's a
and
good idea.
relax.
Yeah.
Second Elatrian, is his body near the road still?
The first one that died that was holding on to Erland. Yeah, you can
Drag him.
Yeah,
Well,
you can drag.
There was when we first saw them, they kind of popped out from behind.
Some hills, like it was a hillside. You could drag him again. You can drag him to a spot that certainly from the road is not visible.
I will do so.
I'm doing a lot of that nowadays.
I didn't like that very much either, but the Elatrians don't really leave much room for any other options.
All right, let's keep going.
We did traipse all over their sacred.
Again,
Lost
tombs.
2 people and their thing. and-
To be fair, we fixed their sacred
Kaimi
tombs.
did, and we decided to help Kaimi.
I'm
As a
not
group,
defending
we decided to help
they did
Kaimi.
to you.
Let's keep going.
Just saying that they're not doing this for no reason,
No,
attacking us.
I know. They're just rather brutal and
Tribal.
yes, and the halfling looked nothing like Kaimi.
I think that's only part of the point, right? The point seems to be subjugation, no? I mean, the paintings
Yes.
were rather vivid.
Oh, I didn't see all of them, but
Oh.
I got the
Shakes his
impression.
head.
All right,
Stay
forwards.
away from the Elatrians.
Forwards.
Get these away.
Another hour of riding. And a darkening sky is caused not by the time of day, but by the accumulation of gray clouds overhead.
The mists! They're here!
But by all the skeletons blocking the sun.
Oh my god.
Our arrows will blot out the 300 reference. Did anyone watch that?
Oh yeah.
You feel no droplets yet, but rain is almost certainly on its way. There's kind of an earthy, humid quality about the air that always seems to hit the nostrils a little differently when you're out traveling rather than in the city.
Do I grow in rain?
No. As you look around and see what little protection thin-branched trees of the area would offer, you're resigned to your likely future of damp clothes and wet hair. But before it comes to that, you see something coming up by the side of the road.
a larger congregation of people than you've spotted anywhere else in the top shelf thus far. There's several tents, makeshift seating of logs and rocks. There's 2 large fire pits, around which at least a couple dozen men and women are gathered. But what strikes you more than their numbers is the mixed attire. Some of them have yellow sashes, some of them have green gloves, either worn or hung on their belt. Some of them have these black kind of flat caps atop their head, and some have dark red vests. Some others have no discernible markings at all. So a mixture of all people from all different claims here. Seems like a gathering of off-duty laborers, and it makes sense. The closest real settlement to here is probably Golrapalga, and that's still more than a day's ride away. So a campsite like this would serve as a place to relax, socialize with some of the other miners, though you'd have to imagine that one would be willing to stomach some tension between the rival claims, especially without the Broken Crown to step in if things get out of hand. So you guys get closer and closer, some camaraderie and drinking and singing and people sitting around the fire as you guys get closer.
Before we get close enough to
You're not
other
in the
people
campsite yet.
We have good reason to believe that the yellow sash people are not going to be bothering the Pastinas, right?
We should mention that we've talked to...
No. Listen, this is what we do. We get close to some with the green gloves, and we explain to them that we heard it tell from the sash people that the claim that the Pastina had things worthy of stealing was overblown. And if they notice that the yellow sash people are not going there as much anymore, it's because they know that it's not worth it.
Oh.
I like
And you
this.
plant that seed with the green glove people,
Oh,
and
I
maybe
like
they'll stay away as well.
So we're going to tell them that it's a worthless claim. full of
Yes,
just-
and that the yellow sashes didn't want the green gloves to know. They wanted them to waste their time.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
Okay, but then what if our guy Palone mentions that we are like the new security? Because we did tell him that.
I was gonna say, I
Those
mean,
can both be true.
That's
can they
true.
not?
Yeah. She hired security because people were messing with it too much, even if
in
it
spite of the
wasn't
fact that
totally
she
valuable.
barely has the money because she's not getting anything valuable.
We
from
could
the claim.
complain about our pay at some point.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
could. That she's promised us something that she may never be able to deliver.
Because she has
So she-
nothing interesting.
Oh,
Nothing
this is a good
interesting.
idea, Graven.
There we go.
I love it.
Yeah, and just to remember that all makes sense. Palone almost certainly has not gotten here yet, so the people here have not
Right.
heard of it. Yes, just to clarify on. Yeah. So you guys get a little closer to the campsite. Give me perception checks as you guys ride into this little gathering.
He
9.
doesn't know names. He only knows his green
Oh my
colors.
Colors.
God.
Graven in colors.
4.
What was it?
Perception?
7.
5.
Jesus.
What did you get?
You guys are riding
I know.
ass backwards. into the
Oh, it's been a
camp
big day.
Raven's got everybody around. He's like, listen, there's a great plan. Bumping into.
So on your way into camp, the only things that you catch sight of are some of the more obvious points of gathering. For one, you see a large cauldron near one of the campfires that does look like to be someone serving meals. There's a half-orc woman who's stirring a large pot that looks like it has some steam rising up above it, sort of an aroma possibly. You see some people kind of leaning in, kind of smelling the contents. As she's stirring it, she takes out what looked like a sort of stirring instrument, like a ladle or something, and she's using not like a spork, but a spife or a knoon, like it's a spoon with a bladed edge. So it's part spoon, part blade. And as she takes it out, there's like blood stains along the blade. It looks like she might use this both as a weapon and as a serving instrument. So
That
she kind of like
is
stirs around a little bit,
awesome.
picks it up and out, and sort of leans in to look.
Yeah.
So you notice that.
You got a stew.
Never.
You see a couple of activities that people are gathered around at this campsite. An upturned barrel is being used for some people casually arm wrestling. And there's also kind of a crudely fenced in area behind one of the tents. And in this fenced in area, there's an axe beak that has little blinders like on its eyes. And there's someone currently
Oh my.
riding the axe beak, and people are kind of cheering, and finally with one kind of mighty buck, he falls back into the mud, and there's kind of a and some people kind of throwing coins around.
I am not riding that
They
thing.
say not if you can take damage.
So those are the few things. Some people arm wrestling, axe beak riding happening, a little bit of food being served, and you guys ride into the area.
What the hell is that?
And Orba's gonna point at the axe beak.
It's an axe beak.
A game.
It's a game.
Seems you try and stay on as long as you can, and perhaps you win money or clout,
Tell her that.
People bet on you.
or against you. Or you
The
can
look
bet.
on her face.
You can bet on people. I could ride it, and you could bet on me.
You're
or
making it
against
worse,
me.
Ellen.
You
Why are you still
ride an
talking?
animal? Like a crazy animal?
You try to.
You
ride
try
it.
to.
Well, riding is a generous word.
It's like taming a horse.
It's not like taming a
Not
horse.
quite.
It's nothing like taming a horse.
It's like
I've
trying
never
to
tamed
stay
a
on
horse.
top of something that doesn't want you on top of it.
Horses don't have axe for beaks.
Rodeos exist if that's the word you're trying not to say. Like people riding bulls exist as a form of leisure activity. It's just this is obviously not a bull. It's
Leisure.
You and your friends never tried to mount an Almirage, and wait, not that one. It was the rabbit with the horn. Oh, damn it! I meant the aurochs. You and your 8-foot friend.
it was a classic Goliath activity. To
Mirage and I, we mounted so many
rope-
tiny rabbits.
rope and all mirage.
Aurochs.
That's so much funnier.
Or I could
Try not to get the horn up the old. All right.
Oh.
Stone.
Oh no.
Right in the Ropras. the aurochs, you can ride them. They're not like they're slow-moving creatures, so they wouldn't really be used for that purpose. But
Well, perhaps we should.
It looks dangerous, Orba. Would I know that people are gonna get hurt doing this? Presumably.
definitely, I mean, yeah, it's dangerous
look-
to ride a wild animal.
If you get knocked off, which is likely, that happens to almost everyone, you can get stepped on
Yeah, but what
afterwards.
if I'm really good at it?
Then you could make some money.
Raven, why are we encouraging her?
Answering
Of
your
all
question.
the gambling games to play, this one feels a bit higher stakes for the
Orba,
moment. No.
would you like me to try it first?
What?
Well, maybe.
Why would you try it?
Everyone's like, we should do this. Looking around like he's crazy.
I'll see if I can get in close with some of the green glove people doing some arm wrestling. But we prioritize taking a rest as
Was
well.
gonna
Yes, we only
say.
spend about an hour here.
Okay. Okay. So, are we resting first, or are you riding a thing first?
We should rest first.
We should
Okay.
definitely rest.
All right. Let's have a meal.
Wait, don't we want to talk to people before our friend gets back here?
You can have conversation during
While
a
you're
short
resting.
rest. Yeah, it's all. You
Can
couldn't
you
ride
ride an
You
axe
couldn't
beak
ride the
during
axe beak during a short rest.
So restful.
Yeah, you can have simple conversation, have a meal. while you're
Meditation
short
for
rest.
me.
I'm riding the beat.
Good way to break your arm. All right.
I guess.
Finding a place to sit. Or
Yeah.
what's
Is there seating around the cauldron area? Like,
Yeah, that's near one of the big campfires, and there's lots of little like stumps and rocks and things that have been made into little makeshift seating areas.
Okay. Yeah. I guess we'll go over to that.
Otto and Sandil.
The auto claim is the green gloves,
yeah.
and the sandeel claim is the yellow sandals. Yep.
And then we have like the Wintress claim, right?
That was the
Yeah.
one that you talked
Javier
to on the road.
Winters.
Yep.
And then I think there's one other one. There's black caps, red vests, and we already know the sashes and the gloves. Wintress could be either the vest. Or
There's also
hat.
more than just those.
Oh,
There's
okay.
lots of claims. Those were just some of the biggest ones. Yeah, Otto and Sam.
Otto's first name is Finbar.
Yeah, I know. I talked to him.
Who you met Finbar?
Yeah.
Ages ago.
It's the son of the businessman.
Yeah.
He's not the son, but he's the dad of the dad.
the dad of the son. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So we'll just take a seat.
Great. Take a seat, kind of near to that. You smell some unidentifiable, maybe what meat is in there, but some onions and a very strong, like
Human
cranberry
meat?
smell in the cauldron as you guys are.
Can I buy us some of whatever that is?
Oh, Palone said he would buy us a meal, but he doesn't seem to be. If I look around, I don't see. It's way too.
It would be, unless he, unlikely that he'll be here for at least.
I don't want to take that.
No, yes.
Money.
All right, fine.
Okay. Orba will hop
She's
on
like
over.
pushing it around with the big spoon knife.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Hi. What you got?
Stew.
What's in it?
Stew.
Oh my god.
Like pepper and
Stew.
And someone else is like putting a spoon in a bowl and is walking kind of up. It's good, don't worry about it. There's other people eating it. It's good.
There's a guy behind a stump. Like,
I will have
himself.
4 stews, please.
4 stew. Takes bowls. One at a time, slowly scoops it out. And again, those scents, it smells good. It smells like there's some kind of meat, onion, cranberry, sort of a fruity aroma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was gonna start to balance them on our hands.
And
What do I
What?
7 copper per bowl.
Per bowl. 7 copper per bowl. Okay, so 7 times 4 is 28. So 2 silver. And then. Okay. Okay, there you go.
She gives over 2 silver and 7. What did I just do?
8 to silver.
And 8. Thank you.
Can't be and can't end with an odd number.
Nope.
Enjoy stew.
Thank you.
Goes back.
Gonna balance them on her hands.
And as you're walking away, it looks like she kind of looks around and reaches into like her pocket. There's like a little box or something, opens it up and picks up like a stringy bit of meat and plops it in. So it looks like she's got kind of a mystery stew going on, but it looked like meat. It didn't look like, something inedible, but...
Orba's gonna join her friends.
Stew.
Oh, what kind?
Stew.
Made
I'm gonna peer into the bowl.
The meat is like, again, sort of a stringy meat that's sort of clumping.
Not seeing anything that looks like a human femur, right?
Definitely no.
Okay,
There's
great.
no bones. Definitely.
Is there any identifiable meat that you would recognize? I would recognize.
You don't. It's cooked too much. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's hard to tell what it is.
Ground beef.
Start eating the.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's like pretty tender. It falls kind of apart in your mouth as you're eating it.
It's a good stew.
I like it. I hope it's not people or anything, but I like it.
A couple people walk
Oh.
by as you're eating. Seems to be a popular treat.
It's exceptionally good.
All right.
And as you guys are kind of seated there, Graven feels a little tap on his shoulder. Excuse me, sir. Are you coming from the corridor? Because I saw the trudge tusk on your horse.
We did come up the corridor.
Looking to sell?
Oh.
I whittle little figurines.
Oh.
Find that the trudge tusks work pretty good for that.
Oh.
How many could you get out of a full tusk like that?
Probably 100.
Wow.
They're little figurines. He actually reaches
was gonna say
into his
that.
pocket. He takes out little sort of carved figurines of. There's one that's like a spear and shield man. There's one that's like a little archer. They almost look like chess pieces, but they're not. They don't. And they're gold.
Yeah,
and
they're
they
gold.
have- yeah, but they're just little, like an inch and a half tall.
How much is it worth to you?
How much would you sell yours for?
How much do those go for?
Oh, I don't always sell them. Collect mostly.
Oh.
5 gold.
Done. Reaches into his pocket.
Still like 500.
Oh, please. That guy doesn't.
And-
Well, craftsman, he doesn't have that.
Could I get one of those?
Soldier? Archer? Priest? Or he hears Orba. Or this one's one of my favorites. It's a little goblin.
No!
Does Orba make that face when she sees it?
Take the goblin.
I'll make another one for myself. Can I unstrap it?
I'll get it.
He died. He collapsed.
There's an Elatrian sword stuck in the other side.
Oh, sure.
On one of the saddlebags. I didn't want
Wait,
him to see
they're
it.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Walk it over.
And it's, again, as you lift it up, you've noticed this before, it's lighter than it looks because it sort of it almost feels a little hollow inside, like the bone's not quite fully solid. He takes it under his arm.
Good luck.
Day
Wait,
two.
where might I find more of these if I wanted?
The
No,
core?
no, you and the figures.
Oh, I work on the auto claim.
Do you?
Yes?
Oh. I see. Will you be around for a little while?
I think I'll be around for a long while.
Right. Hey, good luck.
Shuffles away.
Oh.
Pretty detailed. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty good. It's not, intensely intricate. It's not painted either. It's just like a whitish color that's carved into. It's got these little pointed ears.
Orba's got like a mouthful of stew and.
I saw you. Made a face.
Me?
You want it?
She's gonna put down her stew and swallow.
You got space for it.
This for me?
He's cute. Yeah, does it cost a slot?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, God. Also, I don't know if anybody heard, but he works the autoclaim. Maybe I'll be able to whisper in his ear before we leave here.
Oh, right. That's a good idea.
Quite pretty.
Oh, look at him. Cute.
Maybe one day when I have a house, I can put it like right, like on a window.
Oh, yeah, like he's looking out.
Yeah.
Scouting.
Yeah.
Cute.
Does it look anything like the small ivory faces that I have from the body of Esteve in the Ackley Grove?
Yeah, kind of. Vaguely similar. I mean, it's a carved ivory-esque figurine.
But is it like, now that I'm seeing it, is it carved from the tusk of a?
It could be.
All right.
There's more than one creature that has tusks, but yeah. Maybe.
I mean, was that man over there?
Yes. I didn't get his name.
Get up and.
Wait.
He's like still walking away with the.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Are you the one who crafted the little figurines that my friend just?
Yes. Did you want one?
No, I had a question for you. I purchased.
May I?
Oh yes, please.
No, keep holding it.
I purchased something that seemed quite similar to the figurines that you carve, and I wanted to know if they were your work or the work of a fellow artist. I'm going to show him one of the small ivory faces. I have a few.
Yeah. Where'd you get this?
I
don't remember
God.
selling one to you.
No, I bought it from a store in Avikapura.
Huh. I do sell my figurines on occasion. People come by. I must have sold one to someone who sold it to someone else.
It was, well, the store owner said he got them from someone passing through a name, name. Esteve. Was it? Do you have a friend named Esteve?
Not a friend, but I feel like someone passed through with that name. They were traveling with a group. Like I said, people see my figurines sometimes. They ask to buy them.
Does it seem like he's withholding information?
Give me an answer.
Still didn't ask this dude's name.
Tess 9.
Not that you could tell.
What's your name?
My name is Brahman. B-R-A-M-A-N.
What does this mean? What are these face figurines? There were a few.
Some of them are Nukelkian gods. Some of them are soldiers, figures of history.
Oh, I bought a few, and I'll show him the rest. Can you identify them for me? I thought they were quite pretty.
Yes, a few of those are old generals during the War of Giants. And some of them, it looks like that one is one of the Nukelkian gods, the god of death, Aya.
Oh. Why would someone have a... Did you take commissions? Were these, or this ones you just made?
No, I had those. People carry figurines of the Nukelkian gods as a sort of good luck charm. You pray to the idol of death when you can't be in a Nukelkian church.
Oh, well, I suppose he needed some gold and sold them off to a shop.
Sad.
Well, I'm quite happy they landed in my care.
Glad they found their way to you.
Are you? Do you believe in the Nukelkian god? Do you
Yes,
follow the Nukelkian
of
religion?
course.
I don't know much about it. I just thought they were pretty. So these are generals and the god of death.
Yes.
Sort of ominous.
Oh, Aya doesn't have to be ominous. Death is a part of life.
Do the generals mean any? Are they specific generals or?
Some of them are, yes. A couple of them are some of Emperor Pachakamic's lieutenants.
Which ones?
There's Orman and Banik, O-R-M-A-N, and Banik, B-A-N-I-K. Lieutenant Orman and Lieutenant Banik. They were well-known lieutenants during the war.
How many do I have? We never identified a number.
Like half dozen, like 6.
Oh, okay. So that leaves 3 others. Who are the other 3?
Those are other people who served under those 2 lieutenants.
Do you know the names or?
I do, yes. Are you a historian of sorts?
No, I'm curious. I've been carrying these around because I thought they were pretty, and now they have some sort of meaning.
Well, sure. That's Luna, Thekla, and Zuzana.
And they were just people who worked under.
Yes, well, I'm from Pachacama originally, and I knew them actually.
Oh, the generals or the 3 who worked under them?
The 3 who worked under them.
Were you on the? If I may ask, were you on the side of the Pachacama? I'm not from here. I don't particularly care.
Sort of played out the way it did, didn't it?
Sure. I'm from Kira. I have no.
It's all right. Continent seems to have survived, so who am I to say that who was wrong and who was right?
Are your friends okay?
One of them survived, I think.
I'm sorry.
Such is war.
The ocean winds are salty, aren't they?
Are they?
This guy's like,
I would think that the water would be salty.
Oh yes, it's sort of it's a saying, Kira.
Oh, what does it mean?
It means
so he's gonna be like,
it means that when one is far from home, they miss those who were once closest with them.
It's a beautiful sentiment. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm sorry you lost your friends, and thank you for the
Yes,
creations.
I'm glad they fell into your hands.
I am too. Good meeting you, Brahmin.
Yes.
Go back to the group.
So what was all that?
Erland, why would you tell him that?
I was curious as to what these things I've been carrying were.
No. The ocean winds are salty.
Oh wait, yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
that
say I couldn't hear. Damn.
I thought we were close enough.
He had followed him.
Never
over,
mind.
yeah.
I wanted to know what the faces these meant.
What are those?
It's from one of the people who took the tortoise.
Oh.
Don't.
Oh. Aya.
Yes. And then 2 generals and 3 people who worked under the generals. 3 of which are
Tenants
his.
and 3 people, but yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
lieutenants.
useful information to us?
I don't know. 3 of these were his friends, and 1 is still alive. He gave me all their names.
Interesting.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
Was the person who you took them from one of his friends?
No. He said it was from a group of people that came through.
Oh, so just that group of Gentle Void people probably then, right?
Yeah.
Yes, perhaps he was a follower of the new Kelkian religion. Oh, I checked if he was a Stitcher. He's not.
What? What do you mean?
I asked him
How did
the
you-
ocean thing
Why would you do that?
to see if he was a Stitcher.
But now he's gonna.
We can speak quietly, I assume, around here.
But did he say anything back?
He seemed quite confused.
Well, that makes sense because he's probably not. But now he's gonna. What if he just walks up to someone and says, "The ocean winds are salty"?
I think
Then doesn't that put him in danger?
I don't know.
I think that'd be pretty remarkable if he.
He was on the side of General Pachacama, which is why I asked.
Okay.
It's a pretty innate question.
Look back over where he is, staring.
He's going up to other people like, ocean winds are salty! Ocean winds! They're salty!
Do it. I'm salty now.
It's like, what?
Get out of here.
I was curious. I wanted to see, unless the answer to that riddle is something like, oh, yes, they are. That's a strange thing. Unless that's sort of a befuddlement is the answer, which I kind of highly doubt. Anyways, coincidence, I would say.
Yeah.
A remarkable coincidence.
I suppose.
Well, not that far from. Wait, the tortoise. That was.
Yeah, we're super far.
Ackley Grove.
Halfway across the continent, it seems.
That's where I mean, that was a pack of bounty hunters for the General Void of some kind.
Before we start this rest, Orb is going to do Reaper form.
Yep. When she opens her eyes back up and the Graven disappears there on the...
Sorry, buddy.
At least warn me.
Sorry.
Gravens are... Oh! Yeah. Someone walking behind Graven kind of... Oh!
You startled me. Get out of here.
Scampers away.
So mean. Get out.
I'm sorry. I need to prepare.
I understand. Just again, tiny warning. Anything.
Okay, sorry.
She's gonna pat him on the shoulder.
Oh, sorry.
Another guy walked up.
Someone else, get out of here.
I punched.
You startled. You guys may take your short rest.
Oh.
Anything that factors into a short rest.
I have no.
I'm out of
Very
hit dice.
little.
I get my key points back.
Question.
Any spell slots back?
Now that we kind of figured out a bit, so after
No,
a short
I-
rest, I can heal as a
don't
Reaper.
think so.
However, how does that affect like rolling for hit dice?
I don't think so.
Can I not roll for hit dice because technically
You
I
roll for
can?
them at the end of a long rest.
I can.
Yep. Or end short rest. Yep.
Okay.
Who I say?
Okay.
No rolling for hit dice over here.
Oh no, I don't have any.
We're out of hit dice.
I'm gobbled up all
Yes.
Yeah, I had to heal all the way.
5?
Yeah, to
Yes.
heal all the way up because my rolls were down.
I got knocked unconscious twice from it.
Ooh, I like that.
Can I roll my hit dice?
You may. Yes. So as you guys are kind of taking a moment.
Constitution.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
I have Constitution.
Hey-oh.
As you guys are taking your time to recuperate, finish your stew, down to the last drop, pretty good. You're looking around you at some of the activities taking place, people talking, chatting. It looks like you guys aren't that far from where you're seated to the little Axbeak rodeo area. And it seems like the way it works, there's like a little box or basket by one of the fences. And after someone rides, it looks like they either drop coins into the basket or take coins out. It seems like, however, if you're able to ride long enough, you get to take money out of the basket. If you fall off very quickly, you have to put money in the basket. So you just kind of notice the way that things are working. In addition, the arm wrestling that sort of a couple people, ones like pairs at a time, kind of going up. It's pretty casual. It doesn't look like it's a tournament the way you were sort of in that tournament before. But every time they go up to arm wrestle, it looks like there's a little extra wrinkle to it. It looks like they take like a shot of something. There's like a little wooden cup or something, and they kind of clink it on the table, drink, and they immediately go to arm wrestle. And it looks like as they're arm wrestling, sometimes they like get a little cross-eyed, a little woozy, like whatever this beverage is meant to sort of make it more difficult to maintain your focus on the activity at hand. Safira, give me a history check.
This is fun.
Let's get for
Ooh. History 14.
14. This looks like what they're drinking is something that you recognize because it's a popular barracks activity. The substance is used as kind of a prank on people. And where you see it most of the
Oh, so
time,
it's a laxative.
no, it's not a laxative. it's like a very brief.
I heard prank. Okay.
Safira's like, oh yeah, they're gonna hit themselves. After you take it, there's like if you can't resist the effects, it like knocks you unconscious for like a second. Like you can get, and then like immediately, almost like you were
Like a
falling
goat?
asleep. Yeah, like a
Fainting
Have you never
A
seen
fainting
fainting
goat.
goats? It's
But,
pretty
like,
They
nice.
don't fall
super quick.
unconscious. They like
They
Yeah.
do.
freeze up.
In Kira, people refer to it as snoozy juice. And you would drink it, and then the way that it was used in the barracks is if you knew that there was like an inspection taking place, like of your bunk and stuff, you would get someone to drink it accidentally, so they would look like a fool in front of their superiors. It was a way to prank people. It's totally harmless. It doesn't hurt you. But yeah, people would use it as a kind of joke, and it looks like they're using it in this tournament or in this activity to try and withstand the effects of the juice while you're arm wrestling. So you recognize that as you guys. So you finish your short rest, feeling a little better as you sort of pick yourselves up.
I was gonna say I was gonna focus on the arm wrestling, but I don't recognize the.
You don't recognize the activity or the sort of little shots of juice that they're drinking. Yeah.
Does anybody know what that drinking portion of the arm wrestling is
Yes.
Drinking potion. Oh, the
about? Drinking part of the
Oh,
arm
no. I
wrestling.
thought you were asking about the potion with the axe beak. I know what that is.
No, it's
Potion?
it's for the arm wrestling. The snoozy
Oh, I
juice.
thought you were saying that was for the axe beak.
Arm wrestling.
That's
Susie,
way more.
I was like, I thought that's what I was like, that the stakes are
the
insanely
basket was
high.
for the axe beak, the little betting basket.
I thought those
and
stakes were insane. Okay, never mind. I thought that was unreasonable.
I thought that was
Now that we're on the same page.
It's harmless. It just makes you like kind of pass out, not completely, not for a long time, just like a and then
Not
you
if
kind of
you're
come back.
Stout enough to withstand it.
I know that it's like, yeah, he's
You
kind
could
of right,
resist the
yeah.
effects of it, yes. It's
I mean-
difficult, but you could.
Try to make a few gold right before we perhaps see our friend again and before I.
Palone.
Yes.
Like Polonius, but without
I
the
got. Don't worry.
Cologne. I'm trying to help.
He's think there's something that is reminding him of that's
yeah.
like
I can't
naughty.
possibly say.
I'm gonna walk over to them.
All right, Graven gets up and walks over there. Where's anybody else?
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for Palone.
Okay, keep an eye out for Polonius.
What is the matter?
Keep an eye out for a big P.
Yeah.
The big
A
P
big
man.
dude.
I guess Orba will go with him if there's like sashes or green gloved folk. She'll just keep an eye out.
Yeah, they're all. I mean, lots of people of all kinds are all around. Yeah. So you guys start to walk up. Safira, are you staying with Erland? Or are you?
I'm
where
gonna
are you-
stay with Erland, yeah.
Great. You guys start to walk over to the arm wrestling station. Looks like two people are locked in a tight battle, and then you see one guy's eyes kind of. And for a moment, a person like boom slams his hand to the barrel, and then he wakes up right at that moment. So, oh fuck! And sort of kicks the barrel, and the two of them kind of shake hands. Starts to walk away.
You're going to try this?
What are the stakes here usually?
We usually play for 5 gold.
5 gold.
If you can hack it, we'll do less if you can't afford.
5 gold.
Anybody? And one guy.
Yes, I'll do it.
Oh my god.
Man kind of walks over. He's not a big man, but he's muscular. He looks like he's, a miner by trade. Sort of thin, muscular, sort of cracking his knuckles as he gets closer. Philip.
Graven.
All right. Puts his elbow, and the 2 cups get put on the sides of the barrel, and someone walks over with a little jug and kind of boom.
Can I get like a sniff of it as it's going out? Do
Sure.
I recognize it at all? Is it-
You're not familiar with that. Yep.
Okay.
You sort of only by Safira's description.
Right.
Shall we? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Go, Graven!
8.
8. Ooh, I think you just matched it for the first one. Yeah, so the two of you lock hands a little bit, and you feel yourself get a little woozy, but then you kind of shake it. And you can tell that as you guys are locked, the more time that goes on, it's sort of creeping into your mind, and it might get more and more difficult to sort of resist the effects. So, as they are locked and they begin their arm wrestling, Erland's sitting around looking for...
Palone.
Crushed
The
it.
Paloma. That's
The
on its
Paloma.
way.
So you guys are still seated there, kind of by the big bonfire. It's crackling. There's a number of people moving about of all the different claims. You guys have a brief moment here sitting together.
I don't know if he's going to show up.
Yeah?
I don't know if he's going to show up. What reason would he have to?
I don't know, mate. What are you expecting?
I don't know.
And that's when you hear a voice. Erland.
You know, Master Howlett would have had you whipped for letting your hair grow down past your shoulders. But I think it suits you. And you turn to lay your eyes on a human man. Dark-skinned, with just a very thin layer of hair atop his head that's graying a little bit, even though he can't be older than about 30. He's got silver cuffs over white wrist wraps and a structured navy vest atop a fitted white tunic. He's better dressed than most of the people here. And he has a tattoo of 3 simple lines that start at his bottom lip and go down his chin and disappear underneath his shirt. So sort of just 3 streaks that disappear. Ortiz wasn't just one of the other monks at Atonement's End. He, along with a few others, like Sakura and Hirsch, was recruited right around the same time as you. And as both of you proved to be similarly competent combatants, you trained together, frequently, and rose above the adepts that fell by the wayside, the 2 of you pushing harder as the others broke one by one, physically or mentally. In addition, when Jillian Casivo stood in the administrator's hall
making her selection for the Harvesting Yard scouting mission, it was Ortiz who was recommended to her by Master Howlett, though she ultimately changed her mind and picked you instead. And he takes a couple steps closer, and he smiles, and he holds out an arm very far, like the tips close to your chest, because the handshakes at Atonement's End, usually it's by the wrist as opposed to by the hand. It's good to see you, brother.
I'll stand up and it's good to see you.
Especially outside of the Abbey.
I am very glad you found a contract.
And he, let's go. Lady.
That's me. I'm the lady.
This is my friend Safira.
Hi.
This is Ortiz. We trained together.
Ah,
Very nice
right.
to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Would you mind if I had a moment?
Ah, yes, the lady leaves. And I'm gonna stand up and go away.
You see him kind of talking out. I didn't mean to offend.
No, it's been a long day, mate. You seem fine. I'm gonna turn around and...
It has indeed been a long day.
I have to say, I'm surprised. With the Shocky Mountains so far south, I wouldn't expect you to still be out in the field. Complications along the way, was there? Or maybe you're on something new.
New contract. I got very lucky.
Well, shortly after you stole my contract. And he smiles, he chuckles. Mr. Stetson Powers stopped by looking for a skilled hand. Between him, Mr. Otto, and Mr. Sandile, they own most of the claims up here, along with providing a bit of security that he felt the Broken Crown wasn't good enough for. He'd apparently, and he leans in a little bit, gets a little quieter, unearthed an orichalcum vein worth quite a bit, something worth salivating over. He didn't want to hire a bunch of soldiers for fear of the attention that it would draw. So he popped by Atonement's End, and he hired me.
Congratulations. So you're working as muscle for a lucrative mining operation.
We're all muscle, Erland.
I know.
That's, obviously privileged information.
Of course.
So do me a favor and keep it to yourself.
To the grave, Ortiz.
The orichalcum vein was also near a system of caverns that had some nasty creatures lurking within, so I've been staying here and slowly clearing them out.
By yourself?
Yeah, nothing too fearsome, methods and the like.
All right.
And that's pretty much it for me. Not a particularly exciting story, but it keeps me on the outside. And for that, I think I'd work for free.
How long is the contract?
I'm up for another 2 months, with the option to renew if the caverns need more clearing.
Sounds like you should start clearing slowly.
It crossed my mind.
I wish I could be forthright with my contract, but I have been hired to keep my mouth shut.
Must have been a fair bit more interesting than mine. Can't tell me about what I might have missed out on.
I've nearly died about 10 times.
So, 10 times less than our first year at Atonement's End.
Yes, slightly better than Atonement's End.
I guess I'm just curious is all. Not trying to pry.
I can't tell you about the first contract at all, unfortunately. But I can tell you that I am currently hired to protect someone for this one. Help lead them safely north. Muscle.
Look at us, Erland. Making our own way. 7% indeed.
Well, is there... who purchased your contract? Sorry, the name?
Stetson Powers.
Stetson Powers. Did Stetson promise you remission if you did a particularly good job, or...
I doubt that even Mr. Powers has the...
Power?
I was trying to avoid saying it. I think I'm a few contracts away from remission.
Me as well. I intend to lead this person north very slowly.
And then, after that, have you got something lined up? Maybe something that you could use an extra hand for?
When I'm back in Navikapur, I'll ask.
I'd appreciate that. 7% indeed. Do you ever think about that number?
All the time, it's hard not to.
I know, and he puts his hands kind of on his thighs and leans forward. And he's looking kind of into the fire. He's not kind of looking at you. Seated on the rock that Safira was at, he's kind of looking in. I know when it came to chores, you preferred to scrub than to file and organize. I spent a lot of time at the library at Atonement's End. A lot of history in those pages. For example, did you know that in the 8 circles before us, and he says that word circles, that's sort of like a graduating class. It's not
classes.
it's not neatly divided by years, but it's basically like the group that you trained with, like your circle, and it's usually time-wise. So a group of recruits recruited in a certain period of time would be a circle that he traveled with. In the 8 circles before us, there was less than 12 of what they would call successful rehabilitations. Looking at the enrollment listings, that would put the percentage as under 1%. That's a far cry from 7. And then, in our circle, and the one right after us, that figure rises to nearly 15%. That is a stunning turnaround in terms of the quality of their recruits, wouldn't you say?
I would. I hesitate to ask this because I know we're not supposed to. How did you end up at Atonement's End?
I'm a good killer now, Erland. I'm very smart, I'm fast. I know monsters, I know their weaknesses. I wasn't always good at it, but I was always a killer. Atonement's End sometimes goes to prisons to get their fodder for their school. They promised me that if I came working for them, that I would spend my life within the confines of the monastery and not the confines of a cell. And that's about as much as I can tell you.
I think I know why that number's jumped up.
Do you now?
I have my guesses. But how can I trust you, Ortiz? We were trained to trust no one. What do you have in mind?
I have something that I think you should see. But I don't have it on me.
Of course.
I have a little tent to myself on one of the Power's claims. It's just to the northwest. It's where I keep my belongings when I'm working here. Now, I see that you're traveling with some companions. There's no way that Stetson's gonna let strangers walk onto his property, especially right now when he's so paranoid about his orichalcum vein. But seeing as how he went to Atonement's End in the first place, I think I could convince him that a friend and a fellow monk is here to lend a hand. Could you step away from your traveling companions for just a few hours? And I let a brother in on something that's been gnawing at me for some time.
If my guesses are correct, and you do indeed have something that proves this, this could set both of us and many of our brothers free forever. You realize this. You realize what you're proposing.
Free is an interesting word for it, Erland. But yes, I realize that. I don't think Atonement's end is going to go down without a fight.
Let's see what you've got before we start talking about a fight. I'm not sure I trust you yet, Ortiz.
All right. Fair. Where are you headed with your companions?
North.
In the immediate future, where are you headed?
They're going to pass through the Myriad Meadow and we're heading north to the Roper Mountains.
I know the top shelf as good as anyone. You come with me, I can have you met back up with them by nightfall. I'll take you through the shortest path through the top shelf.
So we'd meet in the Ebwoods or we'd meet in the Roper Mountains?
No, I'd take you to your companions at Myriad Meadow.
At Myriad Meadow, all right.
Yes, by nightfall.
Okay, all right. Let me tell them I'm running off, but yes. I'll meet you right back here.
I'll be waiting.
And I'll sort of jog over to, I guess, Safira, because they're arm wrestling.
Yep.
Go over to Safira.
You're right, mate.
No, yes,
What?
yes.
What do you mean
no,
you're not
yes,
alright?
I'm
And I'm gonna kind of look at Ortiz like, hey,
He's
everything's,
sitting very calmly by the side of the fire.
everything's fine.
what happened?
Everything's fine.
Why are you touching me?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
See, it feels like something's urgent.
It is. I need to leave temporarily.
What? No. No.
I have an opportunity to perhaps free myself and many others from Atonement's End. Yes. Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
What? What? No.
Ortiz might have something, and I have information from... I'm sorry, I haven't told you. I have information from Dodd.
What?
I have information from Dodd. Dodd told me why I was at Atonement's End. The real reason I was at Atonement's End.
Do I get enlightened or no?
Let me find out what Ortiz has first. I need to keep this close, because if it's nothing, then it's nothing, and it needs to die with me.
Do you trust this guy?
No.
What?
But I need a chance to be free of that place, Safira. I'll meet you at nightfall in Myriad Meadow.
Oh, mate. You want to do this?
Ortiz isn't going to murder me in cold blood. That much I trust. What I don't know is what he knows. What I don't know is what he knows. I don't know if he knows what I know. I don't know if he knows Dodd told me. I don't know if word's out that...
I mean, look, you're supposed to be back by nightfall.
I will be back by nightfall at Myriad Meadow. I need
What,
to...
would you say no?
I need to find out if what Dodd told me is true. I need to find out if I've wasted the last years of my life in a prison and I didn't deserve it. Safira.
I'm sorry, I thought that was most people at Atonement's End. Okay, yeah, sure. What am I going to say? Can I help? Why can't we come with you?
If I'm not back by nightfall, start worrying. I'm going to a tent.
What,
I'm
well,
going.
I'm going to start worrying. But I'll start the worrying
I'm
now,
going to
and
a
then
tent.
I'll worry more if that happens.
I'm going to a tent in the top shelf. He works for one of the which mining contracts does he work for himself? He works for the he works for the Powers contract. His name is Ortiz. I'm sure.
I'm getting
the
a
tent,
good look at him. So
the
that I
tent
have
isn't
my-
a secret.
Not
It's where
found him.
he stays and keeps his supplies. I'm sure if you asked around to other people on the Powers contract, they'll know where Ortiz is staying. If I'm not back by nightfall, stop worrying. Until then,
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
start worrying now, and then I'll
Okay.
worry more then.
I think I might have a friend in this, and we might have something that could help me. I wouldn't need to stay on a contract anymore.
Right. Well, I mean,
Freedom, Safira. I would be free.
that feels like a big promise to make. But okay.
It's not. Lots of work to do, but the wheels would be in motion. This is big.
I'm gonna give Ortiz like a look, like.
He's not looking at you, superseded.
Okay. I mean,
Obviously, this stays between.
you followed your instincts like this before, and you've survived. So I don't know.
I'll be all right. I'll survive. I'll be all right. Thank you. Tell Orba and Graven. I'll be back. Nightfall.
Okay.
Hey, Nightfall. Sorry. Nightfall.
That's right, you're allowed to touch me. It just feels serious.
It is. It is. Thank you, Safira. Go ride an axe beak, maybe. Lighten up.
No.
Erland's gonna jog off.
Find a nail.
Sure. As Orba's not wasn't the first one participating in the thing, and as she's kind of watching the action takes place, she kind of looks over and sees Erland sort of touch Safira on the shoulder, having a quiet, sort of intense conversation, and then you walk back over to Ortiz there at the fire.
Yeah. Ready. Lead the way.
All right. Let's go. He slings a quarterstaff over his shoulder, and he kind of heads set down beside him. Off to the Powers claim, then.
Lead the way, Ortiz. It's good to see you. I sure hope you're not going to kill me because I took your contract.
I'll think about it. He starts to follow behind him. And Orba watches Erland walk away with Ortiz off into the distance. Orba's sort of waiting at first to see if they're just walking to another part of the campsite. Sort of, they walk vaguely in the direction of one of the tents, and then they get a little further. They start to walk out of the campsite. They start to get to one of the nearer hills. And he goes up onto the hill and then disappears over the other side. And that is where we're going to end tonight's stream. That is where we're ending, and we can now say a very fond temporary farewell to Erland.
Oh.
John is, congratulations, he's in a play. He's going to be in a play, and we are going to be without Erland for a couple of episodes. So he and Ortiz will be figuring out the mystery of Atonement's End.
Damn.
And as that is happening, we are happy to announce that we will be having some guests coming back. Starting next week, we will have one guest.
Oh?
And then we're going to add another. So for the first time in Tabletop Notch history, we're going to have 2 guests on a stream. It's going to be very exciting.
Deuxième de guests.
Do you want to plug your play?
Would you like to say anything about it?
Yeah, I can. It's called The Woods. It's at a company called Pendragon Theater. If you're in the Adirondacks, it's
Why are you up here?
Because I don't remember when it opens, and I've been trying. It opens 2 Tuesdays. It opens 2 Tuesdays from now. I don't know the actual date. So I'll be doing a play.
Congratulations. You will be sorely missed, and the party will have to ponder what.
But I will be bringing my TTN merch with me.
Yeah.
Wandering the forests of the Adirondacks with
We're gonna
the
get a bunch
Steeder
of
way.
bears as new followers and
Orba
ticks and mosquitoes.
Is going to spend the next 2 hours wondering why Erland didn't say goodbye to her.
Because she was arm wrestling.
She was standing there.
I was excited.
You're
Sorry.
in trouble.
I maybe.
You're in a big trouble.
Well, I'm going to die while I'm gone.
All right, then.
I'm also working on a new character because Erland's dead.
So that's where we're gonna start, and we will pick it up next week with a guest and songs.
Stuff.
As always, thank you guys so much for joining us. Was there a couple things you wanted to shout out?
Heck yeah, I do.
Please.
Okay, here we go. It's funny, I can't figure out where I left off because Crazy Locha gives away so many gifted subs. And I'm like, which fucking one is this? Okay, here we go. Crazy Locha gifted 4 subs. Snapping Cobra did a bit. Crazy Locha gave 5 community subs. GF Powers did 100 bits. Snapping Cobra did 100 bits. Crazy Locha did 100 bits. Snapping Cobra did 20 bits. GF Powers did 100 bits. Crazy Locha gave out 10 community subs. GF Powers did 100 bits. Mr. Squiggles did 100 bits. GF Powers did 100 bits. Wachani 50 bits. Welcome, hello. Wretched Troglodyte Man did 1,000 bits. Crazy Locha did 1,000 bits. Wretched Troglodyte did 500 bits. GF Powers did 100 bits. Jackrabbit Power did 500 bits. Snapping Cobra did 100 bits. Bony Jabrona did a community sub. Bony Jabroni did 200 bits. Snapping Cobra did 100 bits. GF Powers did 100 bits. Almost there. Bony Jabroni did 100 bits. Baron Bean Enemy did 100 bits. Snapping Cobra did 500. Bit Arena.
They're fighting each
Oh!
Thank you guys so much. Incredible support. Much love. We hope you guys are excited for some of the upcoming episodes. We're gonna
Heck yeah.
We're gonna throw a wrench into some things. You might see some familiar faces,
And hopefully you make it back for this.
Otherwise, Safira's going to be running into the woods.
Yeah. She's gonna quit. She's gonna be like, you know what? Haha, no.
Get him!
Damn.
Yes. About
She's
that
like, he
rendezvous.
said, and no one keeps up promises.
Jeez.
God damn. Thank you all. So
Yeah, no
very much.
metagaming as we know Erland's going to be gone for 3 episodes. Don't think he's making that old rendezvous.
I
think that's really
know.
obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
But we will
Wow, Matt is gonna stretch a couple hours.
I know.
out of like
Bunch of
this
episodes.
much road.
I was
I know,
actually
yeah.
a little mad that I went into Reperform and lost some HP and my hit dice because I was like, well, we're not going to fucking do this.
We have to.
I know we have to. God damn it. God damn it.
Well, our guest is going to be Thor himself. A god.
Our guest is the barnacle skeleton.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, get out.
Ooh.
Our guest is Kuzmi.
Also, you get to see Ortiz in the Genesis episode if folks
Oh,
would like
that's
who's
true.
Ortiz. He is
He
in the
speaks,
Genesis
but he is briefly.
Watch the whole Genesis. It's really good.
Yes, we saw him at the administrative hall. He was supposed to be on the Jillian Casivo mission, but Jillian had a change of heart.
I wonder why.
Watch and find out why.
What it was.
Thank you guys so much. Your support means the world to us. I can't say it enough. We will be back next week, 7 o'clock, with a new friend and new adventures, and we will pick it up there as we head further and further north on our way to the Roper Mountains.
God.
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful week.
Good night.
Good night.
Mwah, mwah,
Goodbye.